Well, hello, 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 good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are on this great big baseball field we call Earth. Whichever part of the diamond you are on. Are you at home plate, first base, second base, third? Are you on your way home? Wherever you are, you're welcome here. Because no matter where you are on the baseball field, we are all under the dome. The Astros dome. That's right. Even you draft Dodgers, even the Los Angeles Dodgers cannot escape the Astro Dome. No matter where you go, that's where you are. Thank you guys and gals so much for joining me today. It is a big, important day. But every day is a big, important day. Every single day is a great day. Every single day is the best day of our lives. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow are all great days. Tomorrow cannot be better than yesterday because yesterday was perfect and today's perfect. And if I'm not mistaken, somehow I just hit 600 subs. Look at that. Boom. 600 subscribers just now. Moments ago. How about that? Thank you so much. I kept having to change my goals for the subscriber count, guys, because it just kept going. Somebody's doing this on purpose. But it's okay. 600 is good enough. 600 is guaranteed today, whether it's now or a few moments later. But 600 today has been reached. So I'm very appreciative of that. And since that is going to be a reality, I think probably by the end of the game today, we should be over 610, maybe even more. We'll see. We'll see. But my goal now has become 700 by the All-Star break. And the reason that I changed that is because you guys and gals keep raising the bar so much. I make a goal and I realize that my goals are too small. I need to make bigger targets, bigger goals, because I set out a goal and then you are literally destroying them. I'm not joking. Every time I say, hey, let's do this by this date. So I give a lot of time and a small goal, and then you all just destroy it in a very small amount of time. So after experiencing that a couple of times, I've decided to rewrite the goal, and I chose 700 as the goal by the All-Star break. So that's where we're going. That is where we're going next. This 3-game series against the Dodgers can really, really help with that. We've got 9 more games before the All-Star break. My thinking is sitting at 700 subscribers before the first game of the second half. Before the beginning of the second half of the season, to have 700 subscribers, that's what we're looking for. But today, the Astros are going to be facing Ben Kasparius and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Kasparius, I looked at his numbers, not quite impressive. Is this guy new or what? I see his ERA, but there's not much about him that I can tell you, really. Let me go pull him up right quick, and we'll see if I can't find some information about him. His ERA is about 4. His ERA at home is 4.45, so he's not doing so hot in Dodger Stadium. And for those of you who don't know, Dodger Stadium is a hitter's park. So the Astros should do quite well there. Astros normally do well. If you go back and look at the World Series where the Astros played against the Dodgers during the infamous garbage can banging days, people say that, that's how they won the World Series. But actually, if you go back and look at it, there was no can banging in Los Angeles. So how do you explain those games? Dodgers should have won at home if they were so much better, right? They should have destroyed the Astros, and they didn't. Yes, that's right. Trading View, thank you. Happy 4th of July. I wasn't thinking too much about it because yesterday was July 4th here in Japan. For me, it's now the 5th. But yeah, for those of you in the U.S., happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. That's better. Happy Independence Day. That's more accurate. Let's see here. Kasperius, is that his name? Last 7 days played 1 game, pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 hits and 6 runs. 1 home run, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. I like those numbers. 8 hits and 4 innings with 6 runs and a home run. I think we can work with that, especially in Dodger Stadium. First pitch should be on the way shortly. Astros lineup today: Paredes, Jake Myers, and then Jose Altuve. Altuve is at second today. Myers in center field, of course. Cam Smith batting cleanup at 4th. Christian Walker batting 5th. At first base. Victor Caratini's catching today, batting 6th. Diaz will be the DH, batting 7th. Check this out. Trammell is starting left field today, batting 8th. And Mauricio Dubon at shortstop filling in for Pena, batting 9th. That is the Astros lineup for today. Astros and the Dodgers pretty close when it comes to how they've done over the past several years. But overall, the Astros are destroying the Dodgers in postseason wins. 59 versus 51. Since 2017, the Astros have 8 more postseason wins than the Dodgers do. So the Dodgers have been doing really good in the regular season, getting to the playoffs and then just mostly shutting down. Isak, the ball is at the plate for the first pitch of the game. He hits it out to left field, all the way out to the wall. It might be gone. It is. It's over the fence. It's a home run on the very first pitch of the game. The very first pitch of the game. I kid you not. Isak Paredes on the very first pitch of the game, right into the boxes on the left side of the field. Isak Paredes, 1-0 Astros. How do you like that? Welcome to Los Angeles, Isak Paredes. Wow. Jake Myers is at the plate. He takes that first pitch low, 94 miles an hour in the bottom of the zone. Strike 1. Next pitch is on the way. Myers fouls it back. 0-2. What a start to the game. Isak Paredes known for waiting and waiting and waiting, and goes after that first pitch. So uncharacteristic, but awesome. How about that? 1-0 Astros in 1 pitch. Here's the next one to Myers, the 0-2. Way high. 1-2. 1-0 over the draft Dodgers. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Myers in the dirt almost. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, that's right, Casey. Yes, 600. Well, got 600 earlier. Somebody deliberately unsubbed to make it go back down to 599, but that's okay. So we're already at 600, so it's good to go. Fouled off by Myers. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. He hits that one hard to right field, but it's foul again. Way up into the upper deck. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seems to be a decent amount of people in the stadium right now. Not full, but Myers takes that last pitch on the outside lower corner, and that's going to be strike 3. Here's that pitch from that very first pitch of the game. 96 miles an hour right down the middle. First pitch of the game, 96 miles an hour right down the middle of the plate. Right down the middle of the zone. That's hilarious. That brings up my hero, Jose Altuve. I was hoping I would have my jersey in by today. My Altuve jersey. It hasn't arrived yet. But I was notified that it should arrive by Sunday, by tomorrow. So we should have it for at least one of these games of the series. Altuve hits it out into left center. Is it gone? Yes, no, it's off the wall. Altuve almost hits a home run. He's booking it to second. He's in there with a double. Holy cow. Altuve almost gets a home run in left center field. He hits it off the top of the wall. I thought it was gone for sure. How about that? Altuve kind of thought it was gone. He didn't run full speed right off the bat. But you can see it came off the top of the wall there. And he had to kind of book it to second, but he got in there. So we have a runner on second with 1 out. Crank it up, Cam Smith at the plate with runner in scoring position. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Man, we are rattling this pitcher already. 2 deep shots. Cam can crank it up. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Outside and in the dirt, ball 2. He's scared to pitch to the Astros now. Hey, in all-time doubles for active players, Altuve is now tied for 3rd. One more, he'll take sole control of 3rd place. Swing and a miss by Cam Smith on the outside there. You said Skeens will be a Dodger in 4 weeks. Where do the Dodgers get this money? Do they just not care about paying tax, the luxury tax? They get so much money from marketing and stuff. Do they just not care? They can spend as much as they want. They can keep paying the luxury tax. 3 balls and 1 strike to Jose Altuve. Here comes the pitch from Kasperius. No, he comes off the mound instead, and Altuve goes back. Did I say that Altuve was still at the plate? Did I say that? Cam Smith is at the plate. My bad. 3 balls and 1 strike to Cam. Here's the pitch. This is hit foul on the first base side, and that'll be a full count. Dodgers will buy the Tampa Bay Rays if you let them, says Texas Dave. It's true. Use them as a minor league team. A professional minor league team. Here's the pitch. Ripped down the left side. Long throw to first. He goes up high, but the first baseman is able to catch it and come down on the bag. Altuve scoots over to 3rd base. So Cam Smith does get thrown out at first, but Altuve moves over to 3rd. He's having a little heart-to-heart with Paris Chica. Hopefully he's giving him some pointers. And I don't mean Paris Chica giving Altuve some pointers. I mean Altuve giving... I mean, not that either one of them are stellar at base running, but I trust Altuve before Paris Chica. Christian Walker is at the plate. The very first pitch, he golfs it into right field. How about that? RBI, 2-0 Astros. 2-0 against the draft Dodgers in the top of the first. Good job, Christian Walker. 94-mile-per-hour cutter on the outside. He just went opposite field. Nice, easy swing. Nothing difficult about that. Just ready for it. Altuve can walk home. 2-0, baby. And that brings up the Batman, Victor Caratini. Runner on first base, 2 outs. Could we put in an order for another long ball? Here's a pitch. Ooh, could have launched on that one. 81-mile-per-hour curveball right in the zone. Yes, Texas Dave, you're right. Just keep hitting. 3 hits for the Astros in this inning. 2 runs so far. The Batman at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Check swing. Got a hold of his bat there. Are we going to see a little something special from the Batman? 0-2 is the count with 2 outs. Walker on first. Here's the pitch from Kasperius. In the dirt, bounces away. Walker will not advance. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Are the Pirates actually trading Skeens? Or is that just something you guys are guessing about? I imagine he will be traded, but it'd be nice if he went to the Astros. Little bouncer to shortstop, and Caratini gets thrown out at first base for out number 3, but not before the Astros slap the draft Dodgers around a little bit. Right off the bat, Isaac Paredes sets the tone for the game with a home run. 2-0 Astros. Home run by Paredes, off the wall double in left center field by Altuve, just inches away from another home run. Single by Walker brings him in. 2-0. That's the way I like to start a game against the Dodgers. Let me go back and see if I missed anything here. Texas Dave says Paredes took a page out of Altuve's book and swung on the first pitch. I don't doubt it. You know, if you think about it, Texas Dave, it makes sense that he would do that. If he saw a pitch anywhere near the zone, he would just launch on the very first pitch. Because if they've done their homework on Paredes, they know that he takes a lot of pitches, right? So they just probably thought, let's start him off with a fastball right down the middle. He will take it. And maybe he assumed they would do that this time. And boom, gone. Who knows what they're thinking? But it could have been. Texas Dave says LA fans don't show up until the 3rd inning. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Even though they've got like they've got a holiday, you know, it's Independence Day. I figured the stadium would be packed. It's not yet. Man, if I go to a game, I want to get there really early and stay late. I want to make like a whole day of it. McCullers is on the mound. These are some pretty interesting hats that the Astros have on today. These baby blue looking hats kind of reminds me of the Houston Oilers. Don't match the uniforms at all. I know there's a reason for it. I know somebody's going to tell me the reason why they're wearing the hats. I know there's a reason. I'm just commenting on the style and the color. That's all. Ohtani is batting first for the Dodgers as the DH. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a strike on that inside edge. 0-1. 47 people listening in right now and only 17 likes. What's going on with that? Make sure you like the live stream, please. Thank you very much. Here's the pitch to Ohtani. High and outside. Ball 1. The count is even. Yep, you're right, Fred. Astros brought the wood too far inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. McCullers a little behind Ohtani now. Yeah, Walker only hits with runners against the Rockies and the Dodgers. That's right. Low and inside, almost in the dirt. Ball 3 to Ohtani. What's McCullers doing? Right now I'm not sure if McCullers doesn't have control or if this is what he's meaning to do. I don't know. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So he doesn't pitch to Ohtani. 5-pitch walk to Shohei Ohtani, and Ohtani's on base just like that. And you can guarantee that he's going to steal on the Astros immediately. Dodgers don't know our young players. Yeah, it's possible. Dr. DeLay says no, but I say yes. He's a very good pitcher with little to no positive stats, and he will want out for his legacy. Are you talking about Skeens? I guess you must be talking about Skeens. 0-1 to Mookie Betts. He grounds this one to third. Might be a double play. Goes to second. Goes to first. Double play. How about that? Mookie Betts grounds into the double play on the second pitch. McCullers gets the double. Heck yes. Paredes to Altuve to Walker. Good job, guys. Good play all around. And that's one of the reasons why it's going to be difficult for the Dodgers to do anything against the Astros, because they got good defense. Freddie Freeman at the plate takes the first pitch a little high, ball 1. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back. The count is even, 1-1 to Freddie Freeman. 2 outs, nobody on. Lance McCullers pumped up on that double play. Here comes the next pitch, the 1-1. Ooh, right on the inside edge. Freddie Freeman tried to lean in and act like it was inside. Nice acting there, mister. But the umpire saw what you were about. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one off. The 93-mile-per-hour slider, I guess. It looked like a slider. They're not posting the names of the pitches on the screen like they used to, but luckily I've seen so many of them, I can kind of tell what it is. Here's the next pitch. Nice curveball, strike 3. How about that? 83-mile-per-hour strikeout. The bottom fell out of it, and Freeman whiffed. You know what that means, right? Tommy Likey. Tommy want swingy. Well, you get swingy, Tommy. Tommy Wanty, Tommy Getty. 3 up and 3 down thanks to that double play ball. Astros with 3 hits. None for the draft Dodgers. 2-0. Astros rolling into the second inning. This is where we start dogpiling on the runs. Well, let's just, I completely understand if you guys saw some of my posts. By the way, I just put a community post up. If you guys haven't read it, please take a look at it. Please do, all right? It's about ESPN. ESPN basically has given the Dodgers like a 72% chance of winning this game. That's an outright insult. Because if you think about it, when the Rockies played the Astros and Hunter Brown was on the mound, they didn't give the Astros anywhere near that same rating as they are giving the Dodgers in this game. It's absolutely unacceptable. It is an absolute insult. I see there are 60 people following the live stream right now and only 20 likes. Guys, if you haven't liked the live stream, please do so right now. We are live in Dodger Stadium, hanging out, doing the live play-by-play for the Astros-Dodgers game. If you're looking to watch the Dodgers game and the Astros game for free online on YouTube, this is not the place. I do the live play-by-play, and I do quick little highlights of the game. Which I'm not going to violate MLB policy and YouTube policy by showing the complete game. Yainer Diaz is at the plate, takes that first pitch right in the zone for strike one. Still sitting at 599 subscribers, waiting for that 600 subscriber. Swing and a miss there by Yainer Diaz. 0-2 is the count. Astros with the navy, or the navy blue, the baby blue Independence Day looking hats. Fouled at the plate. Why is the crowd clapping on that? They're wanting the strikeout so badly. They're like, hey, oh, it's just a foul ball. 0-2, the count to Yainer. Yeah, Brendan, you're right. That's the reason why I can't get along with my brother. He likes all the narcissist teams. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. Ball one. 1-2. From the time my brother was very young, he chose all of the worst teams you could possibly pick. The Dallas Cowboys, the Lakers. Hey, Yainer hits this one out into left center field. That's pretty deep, but caught on the right by the warning track. That was not a bad drive by Yainer. Just didn't quite get it into the right spot to get down. But the Astros are putting the bat on the ball and driving it out. The subscriber count has gone back up to 600 again. Somebody deliberately unsubscribed to go from 600 to 599. Now it's back to 600. It's okay. It's all good. Here's a pitch to Trammell. Just a little outside, ball one. That's a good take and a good call by the umpire. Taylor Trammell hasn't batted much for the Astros, but I have high hopes for him because he's so freaking fast. 96 miles an hour in the low part of the zone for strike one. It's 1-1. IU says 3 to 4 home runs today. Well, we could do it. Little outside, ball two. Man, that's another good call by the umpire. I'm liking this umpire so far. It was about 1 inch maybe outside, and he called it a ball. He was right. Well, that's a strike. Swing and a miss, low and outside on the what appeared to be a kind of a changeup, maybe. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Taylor Trammell. Kasperius already up to 30 pitches. He only has 1 out, and he's averaging 15 pitches per inning. He still has 2 more outs to go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Trammell still has a lot to do to prove himself to me. He's got too many strikeouts. He's got a couple of walks so far for the Astros. I'm not so sure that he's had any hits. I can't remember if he's hit the ball even once. Yeah, he hasn't hit the ball once. His batting average is 0. He's only walked and struck out. That's pretty much it. Doobie is at the plate. Look at that. Doobie comes through on the very first pitch. There we go. Single to the right side, opposite field. Smack. Little cue ball shot by Doobie Doobie Doo with 2 outs. What does Doobie do with 2 outs? I'm going to try to fix my posture a little bit and sit up a little straighter than normal. That brings up the top of the lineup. He socked the ball, Paredes. Oh, he should have swung at that one. He should have swung at that first pitch. 92 miles an hour. Right in the zone. How awesome would that have been? Come on, Paredes. Do it again. Back to back, baby. Back to back. Here comes the pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Doobie on first. He got the solo shot. Now let's do the 2-run shot. It's all you, baby. Back-to-back homers for Paredes. Let's do it. Here it comes. Outside. Oh, the umpire let me down that time. Almost 2 inches outside, and he called it a strike. Just when I was starting to like the umpire. Maybe he's calling that outside edge a little better against left-handed batters. We'll see. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the toss from Casperius. Nope, he goes to first. Doobie is back. He takes a quick dive, just like a soccer player. Or what's his name? What was that player's name that was whining? Here's a pitch. This is hit hard to right field. Oh, it's gonna die. I thought that was gonna go to the. I thought that was gonna go into the right field stands there for a minute. Paredes drives it deep to right field, but it's caught for out number 3, and that's it. But the Astros come up with another hit. Strand Doobie on first base. 4 hits for the STROS. 2 runs. Bottom of the second coming up in just a moment. 2 to Goose Egg. Next inning, Jake Myers will be the leadoff, followed by Jose Altuve and Cam Smith. So we've got some nice batters coming up again in the top of the third. But as for the bottom of the second, McCullers sitting at 12 pitches. That's not bad. That's really good for McCullers. Just 12 pitches in 1 inning. That's really good for McCullers. I'm not going to lie. 1 strikeout and a double play ball. No hits so far. Will Smith is due up, followed by Teoscar Hernandez and Andy Pages. Let's take a look at the Dodgers' batting averages here. They got 2 guys batting over 300. Interestingly enough, Ohtani is not one of them. Ohtani's only batting 284. Not an MVP year for Shohei Ohtani, but I'm not surprised because I predicted that. Actually, my prediction for Shohei Ohtani, and I'm not saying this to put a hex on him or anything like that. I just believe that all of that money that the Dodgers piled in to get Ohtani and keep him here and all of that, it's going to bite them in the butt in a major way. In a major way. It's going to come out to be one of the worst things that's ever happened to a baseball team. That's my prediction. It's always been my prediction from the beginning. Yes, old dog, you remembered. It's Neto. That's right, Neto, the whiner. Absolutely. You've got a good memory. That's right, Neto. I know his name's Neto, but Neto. That's right. Will Smith hits this one pretty deep to left center field. That might be gone, and it is. The second pitch, actually, on a 1-0 count, McCullers gives up a home run to Will Smith. 2-1. The Dodgers have cut the lead in half with 1 swing. That's why they call it a hitter's park. All right, 1 hit now given up by McCullers, and it's the long ball. Let's see if he can get it locked down. Neto the flopper, that's right. The big baby. Next batter at the plate, Teoscar Hernandez. The first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Yeah, the cutter was right in the middle of the plate. Not much movement on it. That's going to be punished all day long. 93 miles per hour on that slider. Out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. He actually was with Houston in 2016 and 2017. He only had 4 home runs during that time. He grounds it to Doobie. Doobie makes the throw to first base for out number 1. 70 people listening into the live stream, following along. Thank you for being here. Need 1 more like to get to 30. Take a moment to like the live stream if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate that. If you're an Astros fan, I appreciate your subscription. There's a goal I have right now of getting to 700 by the All-Star break. I'd appreciate you helping with that. Let's get that goal. Strike 1 to Andy Pages. That's a 94 mile per hour toss on the outside edge. Yep. Happy Independence Day, everybody. That pitch is way outside. 1-1. 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on. 1 run for the Dodgers so far this inning. Here's the pitch. Little check swing. Did he go? Probably not. He did not. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ayush says if McCullers has a bad game today, swing and a miss. Nice pitch. 82 mile per hour on the outside edge. 2-2 is the count. Ayush says if McCullers has a bad game today, another one, what do you think the Astros do with him? I really don't know, but I will say this. I'm surprised to see him in the starting rotation. And to be on the mound against the Dodgers right now, I have to say that Espada and the others really believe in him. So we'll see. I'll trust their judgment for now. I'm not seeing it yet, but I'm willing to accept the situation. The count is full to Pajes. Here comes the next pitch. Right on the outside, but ball 4, probably about 3 inches off the plate. An easy call there for the umpire, and that'll be a walk. $32 likes now. Thank you so much, everyone. We went over 30. In the community post section, I posted something about ESPN giving the Dodgers basically a 70% chance of winning this game. I consider that an insult. High and outside to Michael Conforto. First time I saw his name, I thought it said Conforto. Like, is he comfortable? Comfortable guy? 1-0. Here comes the pitch from McCullers. He grounds that one up the middle. Altuve scoops it and tags the base with his glove. What a play by Jose Altuve. McCullers excited about that play. What a great play by Altuve. Holy crap. Altuve nice and shaved today, looking like a child out there again as usual. Look at this. This grab and dive to tag the base with his glove. Man, Altuve showing the skills there. Look at that. Astros defense is elite, baby. 2 outs. 2 away. Runner on first. The batter is Tommy Edman. He fouls that first pitch back for strike 1. Conforto is on first base, getting comfortable on first base. Don't get too comfortable. You're about to be out. 0-1 is the count to Edman. Here's the pitch. Way high. Ball 1. The count is even. Yeah, you definitely can't be walking batters against the Dodgers, Ayush. That's true. You gotta keep them off the base pads. Keep them off the base pads. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the toss. Too far outside. Ball 1. I'm sorry, ball 2. Fruit Juice says, dropped in to give a like. Can't endure McCullers. My least favorite Astro after Correa. The last decade. I understand. It's a coin toss, isn't it? Today. On the outside, ball 3, 3-1 to Edman. Come on, you can do it, McCullers. Brendan says Lance a reliever pitcher, not a starter. Well, you know, maybe, but even that, I don't know. Right now, I just don't know. I don't know the answer. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Tommy Edman clearly not going to swing at that. Just going to take it and try to get the walk. Full count. So McCullers can throw a strike if he really wants to. It looks like maybe he's just been trying to get the swings. Let's see what he does here. He steps off the mound. Probably a good idea. Take a little break. Come on, Lance. Tommy wants swingy. Here's the pitch. Fouled at the plate. Not a bad pitch. Count remains 3-2. Yeah, Dodgers do have a lot of home runs, but you also have to remember that their home field is a hitter's park. It's one of the top 3 hitters' parks in all of baseball. It's literally in the top 3. So, there's that. Here comes the next pitch. This is ground ball to third. Grabbed by Walker and tossed to McCullers. How about that? How fitting is that McCullers gets to end the inning by running over and covering the base? 2-1. Solo home run given up by McCullers. But he's able to get a good defensive play. Pitch solid through the rest of the inning. Give up nothing else. 1 hit for the Dodgers, 1 run. The Astros have 4 hits, 2 runs. Going into the top of the third, Astros up 2-1. Jose Altuve on deck. At the plate next is Mr. Baseball, Jake Myers. Jake the Rake. Jake the Snake. Fox at bat says, hi, everyone. Hi, go Astros. Hello to you, sir. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping in. Old Dog says, listen, a ball player needs to play to get in form. McCullers has been out for the past 2 seasons. Have some patience. You and I are on the same page. All I can say right now is, number one, I desire nothing but the best for McCullers. No matter what happens in his career or wherever he goes, I desire nothing but the best for him. As long as he's with the Astros, of course, I hope he just gets better and better and better. I think that it would do some really great things for not just the team and the fans, but for him. McCullers is an important part of the community in Houston, He really cares a lot about the team. He cares about the culture. He cares about the city. I like McCullers. He's a good guy. I would love to see him continue with the Astros and improve. And that's one of the reasons I think one of the strong reasons why they keep believing in him and keep backing him. Myers is at the plate. First pitch is on the way. He goes after it. Look at that. He rips it into left field. He might be going for 2. He's booking it. Is he going to get there? Yes, he is. He's going to slide in head first with a double. Very first pitch of the inning. Once again, the Astros start off with aggression, the very first pitch of the third. Holy crap. Sweeper. Kasperius' Swiffer right in there, and Myers just punishes it right down the line, almost all the way to the wall. Books it to second base. In with a double. How about that? One day we'll find a helmet that fits Jake. That's funny, Jay. Altuve is at the plate. Altuve has an almost home run, a double off the top of the wall in left center field. And he scored the second run of the game for the Astros. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. He hits this one to left field, all the way out to the wall. It might be gone. Are you kidding me? It's gone. It's gone. Curveball right in there. Curveball right in the middle of the plate. Altuve hits it to left center field, and it is gone. And look at that. Somebody throws it back onto the field. Can you believe that? Some kid with a pink hat, a pink Dodgers hat, throws the ball back onto the field. What a bunch of babies. That's right. My hero, Jose Altuve, just punished the Dodgers again. It is 4-1 Astros. Take that, you freaking Dodgers. Crappy fans throwing the ball back on the field. Forget you. That first pitch to Cam Smith is a curveball right on the outside edge. Kasperius now just getting owned by the Astros. 6 hits for the Stros. 4 runs on the board. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside. Strike 2. Man. So what does the ESPN match predictor say now, huh? I wonder. We'll go check it out after the inning is over. Here's the pitch. This is hit to the right side and foul. Count remains 0-2. Man. Exciting. My man, Jose Altuve, I love you, bro. And I'm not even joking. Giving me so much love. Filling my heart up with love. Here's the pitch. in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2 to Cam Smith. Nobody out in this inning. A double and a home run. The opposite of what Paredes and Altuve did in the first inning. It was home run then double. This time it's double then home run. Myers and Altuve. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Cam Smith. Fouled back. Count remains 1-2. I use that's funny. More of a Mickey Mouse field than those Stankies Stadium. Yeah. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. Nice at bat by Cam, making Kasparius work hard, making him Confucius. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hey, this is hit hard to left center field, all the way out to the wall. Might be gone. It's off the base of the wall. Cam Smith rolls in with an easy double. Yes, man, this is awesome. This is like going back. This is like going back in the day and playing RBI baseball on the Nintendo. Just keep hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting. There was the Altuve homer. Cam Smith getting into it. That was a Swiffer in the bottom of the zone. Astros are destroying this guy right now. 7 hits. They don't even have an out yet in this inning. The Astros already have 2 runs on the board and a runner on second. That brings up Christian Walker. He's got a single today. Takes that first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Yes, we are shelling him, but keep him in. For God's sakes, keep him in the game. Let us keep hitting this guy. It reminds me of that line from Bloodsport. I'll have to say it in just a minute. Swing and a miss, low in the zone by Christian Walker. The count is 1-1. Do you guys remember Bloodsport? Did you see that movie with Van Damme? Do you remember near the beginning of the movie when he's at the video game with that guy? And then later on, hang on a second, here's the pitch. Oh no, Christian Walker crushes it. Christian Walker crushes it to left field. That's another 2-run shot. 6-1 Astros. He launches it. He launches it. Are you kidding me? 6-1 in the 3rd inning. There's not a single out yet. How do you like this? July 4th, happy Independence Day, Los Angeles. Happy Independence Day to the draft Dodgers. It couldn't be more perfect. 6-1. Man, 2 2-run shots. He just crushed that. A fastball, and he just nailed it. A high fastball, and just went straight into left field, and everybody out there trying to grab it. 6-1 with 8 hits. Are they going to keep him in? He has no outs, guys. No outs. Look at this pitch. Boom. Oh, wow. They kept him in. This is hit all the way out to the warning track. Wow. Victor Caratini hits it all the way out to the warning track in right field off Kasparius. Man, the Dodgers are playing with fire right now. This is a home run derby. Walker has 28 home runs against the Dodgers in his career. 28. Yeah, Charles. Yainer Diaz at the plate. You know he's going to be thinking home run. Hey, look at that. Another hit to right center field. Yainer Diaz with the opposite field hit. He's going to try to go for 2. Is he going to get there? Yes, he is. Oh, my gosh. It's literally like playing a video game right now, right? Doesn't it remind you of playing a video game where you just, you should stop at first, but you don't have to because you're playing the computer and you can win? Right now, the Dodgers are like that computer. You can just make the play. Like, you're supposed to stop for a single right there. No, Yainer goes for it and he gets it. He couldn't even make the catch. Double. Taylor Trammell at the plate now takes the first pitch for ball one. Now, Taylor Trammell is looking for his first hit for the Astros. This is the perfect opportunity for him to get his first hit. How about he gets a homer for his first hit? That's a strike in there, 1-1. Now, how awesome would that be? It's already been an awesome game, but if Taylor Trammell gets his first hit with the Astros by crushing it into the right field stands, how about that? Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and inside, ball 2, 2-1. Yes, Ayush, I'm thinking the same thing. Trammell homer all the way, baby. Let's make it 8-1 with his first hit for the Astros. Here comes the pitch. Fouls it back. 2-2. That is right. Come on, Trammell. I believe in you, man. I feel the 2-run homer coming. Doubles and homers all day long for the Astros. Dodgers finally have a guy warming up in the bullpen. Texas Dave, doubles and homers. Doubles and homers. Altuve, 2-run shot. Christian Walker, 2-run shot. Trammell's at the plate right now after a Diaz double. He strikes out again. Trammell swings and misses. 2 outs now with Diaz on second base. That brings up Dubon. You know Dubon is going to be swinging for the fences if he's going to face... And they're probably going to keep him in, but Kasparis is still on the mound. They're going to try to get him through the inning. I think that they'll let him pitch to Dubon. If Dubon gets on, then they will definitely change pitchers because they won't let him pitch to Paredes again. Here's the pitch. That's right in there, strike one. Come on, Doobie. Give us another 2-run homer. Dubon does have a single today. He's 1 for 1 so far. Here comes the pitch. Fouls that one off. Strike 2, 0-2. Dodger fans choking on Dodger dogs. Yep. Kiss my grits. 0-2 against Doobie. Diaz on second with 2 outs. Come on, Doobie. He hits this one pretty high into left field. It should be playable. The shortstop is out. He puts it away. That's Mookie Betts. Out number 3. But how about that? The Astros tack on 4 more. 2-run homer by Altuve. 2-run homer by Walker. Nine hits for the Astros. 9 hits for the Astros in the first 3 innings. And we are up 6-1. That's right. Lance McCullers Jr., we are giving you a good opportunity, bro. The Astros are hitting the ball and giving a tremendous amount of support to Lance McCullers this game. You cannot say that the Astros hitters have not given McCullers the best opportunity, guys. Are you with me? I believe you're with me on that. 9 hits, 6 runs in 3 innings. So far, McCullers is doing okay. 1 solo home run given up. Otherwise, no hits. Can't complain about that. If McCullers can get through 5 innings without any more damage or giving up no more than 3 runs, I think we'll be in good position. That's my feeling. Forget ESPN. And to put it lightly, screw ESPN. Screw ESPN for saying that the Astros only had a 30% chance of winning this game. They're lighting them up. ESPN, you don't know nothing. You know you don't know nothing. You come in here, you insult me, you insult my family. I'm going to make you sleep with fishes. You're going to sleep with the fishes tonight. You know what I'm saying? Sleep with the fishes. It means I'm going to end you. I'm going to end you in a watery grave. Watery grave. I don't know what accent I'm doing right now. But anyway, McCullers is on the mound. Did I accidentally leave that preview up there? Yeah, Brendan. Yeah, I just noticed that. It's so easy to accidentally click that button. This is hit out into right field, all the way out there. Did Myers catch that? Holy freaking cow. Myers lays out and makes a diving catch at the warning track on that hit by Enrique Hernandez. Are you kidding me? Right center field. I thought for sure that was going to be down for a double. Look at that. Look at that. Astros D, baby. Jake Myers. That's right. One away. Lance has support today. Yes, he does. Let's cash it in. Let's cash it in for sure. Let's see here. One out. Shohei Ohtani at the plate. Right in there. 83 mile per hour slider. Strike one. I like how Ohtani has the typical Japanese batter baseball stance, the same one that Suzuki Seiya has. That one's a little outside for ball one, just barely misses. You know, many of the Japanese systems here, when you go through the professional baseball systems, they are often trained the same way. This one's hit up the middle and off of McCullers' foot. Altuve grabs it and throws it to first. They say that he's safe, but it's really close. But wait a second, they're saying that he's out because that ball hit McCullers and never touched the ground. The home plate umpire is saying he's out. He's saying that Ohtani is out. Espada wants to go out and check on his pitcher. McCullers is down right now after getting hit on the foot. That was a rocket that Ohtani hit off of McCullers' foot. Let's take a look at it here. Wow. You could hear it hit that leather. Altuve grabbed it and fired it over to first base. Look at this. Where did it hit him? It looked like it got him in the ankle and the side of his foot. It sounded like it got leather. Yeah, like the heel of the left side of his foot. Doesn't seem to be hurting him too bad. He's up and walking around right now. But the umpire at first base called Ohtani safe. However, the home plate umpire said, no, he's out. Because that ball hit McCullers on the foot, went into the air, and was caught by Altuve. So he's out. That's out number 2. Ohtani is out. Now McCullers is going to take a couple of warm-up pitches and see how he's feeling. Dr. DeLay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Somebody keeps playing around with the subscriptions right now. They go up and down, but it doesn't matter. It'll go way up over 600 soon enough, but I appreciate it. Going towards my next goal of 700 by the All-Star break. Mookie Betts at the plate with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Curveball right in there for strike 1. So McCullers seems to be all right. Lewis, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the outside. Check swing by Mookie. What you want to bets that this is out number 3. Here's the pitch. Ooh, right on the outside edge. Kind of surprised that the umpire didn't call that one a strike. He called it a strike earlier. It's okay. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch to Betts. McCullers gets a ground ball, and that's going to be through for a base hit. Dubon can't quite get to it. 2-out single. Betts on first base, and that brings up Freddie Freeman. Lewis says, I want those shoes that LMJ is rocking tonight. Yeah, they look pretty cool. Freddie Freeman struck out his last at bat. Let's see what he does right here. First pitch is on the way. He swings at it on the very first toss. Shallow center field. It's going to drop in front of Myers. They can't get to it in time. 2 singles for the Dodgers. Runners on the corners now. Betts goes to third base easily. With 2 outs, he was off and running. Actually, that was kind of a lucky hit. He jammed him inside. And when he got the bat around, it just happened to fall in the right spot. It was a lucky little smack to center field. Just an unlucky break for McCullers there. Runners on the corners with Will Smith. Will Smith has a solo home run in this game. Here comes the first pitch from McCullers. Nice movement on that slider there, but outside for ball 1. I feel a great defensive play coming on for out number 3. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside again. Was that a Swiffer? 2 similar pitches back to back for 2 balls and no strikes. Old dog, I don't know. I haven't heard anything from Sergio. Here's a pitch. In the dirt and outside. 3 straight balls to Will Smith. Nothing competitive for him to be swinging at. Hernandez on deck. Here's the pitch. Too far outside, ball 4. That's a 4-pitch walk to Will Smith. Yeah, you got to be careful with that guy. Josh Miller is going to come out and have a little talk with Lance McCullers. Right now the bases are loaded. He did get the line drive by Ohtani off of his foot. So it makes sense that he would come out and check on him right now, make sure everything is good. Teoscar Hernandez is at the plate. He grounded out his last at bat. I think we can get through this. I think McCullers can get through this. No big deal. I believe he's got a lot of support from his hitters right now. McCullers can do this. Here's the pitch. Just a little low, 95. Misses the strike zone by about 1 inch. 1-0 to Hernandez. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off. Strike 1. 1-1. I would take McCullers out. I don't know, though, because he could in a second give up this lead. Well, he can't possibly give up the lead right now. I mean, he could give up a lot of runs, but it's impossible for him to give up the lead right now. And I think he deserves a chance to get out of this. That's a little outside. He's just barely missed the zone again. Didn't get the swing, but that was a good pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike to Teoscar Hernandez. 50th pitch of the game coming up for McCullers. Ground ball up the middle. Altuve gets it, fires it to first. The throw is low, but it is there. Walker grabs it. A 1-bouncer throw by Altuve, and that's 3 up. Or rather, 3 down. Not 3 up and 3 down, but 3 down for the Astros. Altuve was playing over in the middle, so that ball does not get through. No damage done. Couple of hits for the Dodgers, bases loaded, and McCullers forces them to be stranded. Brendan says, can't watch this, turning my screen off. It's all good. You can come back. You can come back. It's all good. The Astros are still up 6-1. So that was, I think that was the big inning that McCullers needed to get through. You know, sometimes you just have to have an inning like that where you struggle and it's very dangerous. Maybe you even give up a little bit. But McCullers bent a lot in that, guys, but he did not break. He bent a lot in that inning. He got hit by the ball. He stayed in there. He faced bases loaded with some of the best hitters in the game, and he gave them nothing. They came away with a goose egg. So how do you like that? Yeah, Altuve did two things really well on that play. Number one is he played in the right spot, so he kept the base hit from getting through. The second thing was he threw a bouncer. It wasn't like a short hopper. I used to play third base, and from third base I would often throw a hopper like that. Not a short hopper, but I would deliberately throw it so that it would hop before it would get to first base, just to keep the throw low. Anybody who's ever played third base knows that sometimes you throw the ball deliberately to bounce off the field so that it's easier for you, not only for you to get the ball over there, but for the throw to get there faster, and for the first baseman to be able to handle it easily. Because if you try to make such a long, hard throw in the air, you have to put a lot more on it. And if it lands right in front of the first baseman, it's going to be hard for him to catch it. That's a short hopper. Better to make a controlled throw, and that's what Altuve did. So, professional play, in my opinion. Jack Dreyer is on the mound now, facing Isaac Paredes. Strike one to Paredes. Jack Dreyer. Paredes grounds it to the third base side. Great catch by the third baseman who was playing the line. He fires it over to first base to get the out, so Paredes grounds out. I mean, he was literally right on the line there. Gave himself plenty of time to throw out the fast turtle. One away. Jake Myers comes to the plate. 2 for 2 today. I'm sorry, 1 for 2 with the double and a run scored. First pitch is high for ball 1. Yep. He got a little rattled, John. He did. But he got out of the bases juiced. Talking about McCullers. Here's the pitch to Jake Myers. Myers hits it sharply to third base, who makes the throw over to first to get the out. That was a really hard hit ball by Myers. Good catch by the third baseman. Plenty of time to make the throw over to first. Myers is fast, but he just hit the ball too hard. 2 away. The easiest inning I think the Dodgers have had so far. 2 outs. And Jose Altuve, a double off the left center field wall, a home run over the left center field wall. Here comes the first pitch. A little high, ball 1. 2 for 2 today. You know, it's really funny, Brendan, that the Yankees started off so really, really good, you know, and then they just have fallen off. They've lost 5 in a row. That's a strike right in there for 1-1 against Altuve. That's a good question, but I think you know the answer to that, Ayush. Here's the pitch to Altuve right in there. 94 in the lower outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Come on, Altuve. Let's go 3 for 3. Get that cycle today. Here's the pitch. Low and in the dirt. Ball 1. I'm sorry, ball 2. 2-2. Altuve already has the double and the homer. He needs a triple and a single. I'm keeping count. In my mind, I'm keeping count. Get that single. Get that triple. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back. Count remains 2-2. Ayush says, why are the announcers so hyped when the Dodgers make a good throw, but so dull when the Astros make a good play? We all know the answer to that. Same reason ESPN said that the Dodgers have a 70% chance to win this game, because they are heavily biased. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Altuve. Way high. Full count. Has Altuve ever hit a cycle? Yes. Is the game on Space City? I guess so, but I use MLB TV, and I guess it's on Space City because I keep seeing the Space City logos. Here comes a full count pitch to Altuve. In the dirt, ball 4. Altuve works him. So a double, a homer, and a walk for Altuve today. We have a runner on with 2 outs. No clean innings for the Dodgers. They've had people on base every inning. Cam Smith's batting average since moving into the cleanup spot in the last week, 500, guys. His OPS is 1.4. Fouls that first pitch off for strike 1. And Cam Smith is batting nearly 400 with runners in scoring position. He's got a double today and has scored 1 for 2. Let's make it 2 for 3. I want to see a home run off this guy. It's fine to hit a lot of homers off the first guy, but let's hit him off this guy too. Fouls it off. 0-2. How would it make the Dodgers feel? How frustrated would it make the coaches feel if the Astros continued hitting the long ball, even off their relievers? They bring in a guy in the top of the 4th, and the Astros just start launching on him too. You can do it. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Cam. Crank it up. Altuve steals, but he's picked off. He just kind of gives up and gets tagged out. How many times we're going to see that this year? I think I've seen that twice this year. That's out number 3. Cam Smith will be back up again. It makes me wonder in a situation like that if they're just like, tell Altuve to go so he'll get thrown out, and then we can have Cam Smith as our leadoff batter in the next inning. It makes me wonder sometimes if they actually do that. I know it sounds crazy, but stranger things have happened. We go into the middle of the 4th. The Astros up 6-1 over the stinking draft Dodgers. Now, let's take a look at the ESPN predictor here, the game predictor, all right? Now, remember, in the beginning, they gave the Dodgers basically almost a 70% chance of winning the game. The highest percentage at some point was 69%, okay? 69%. I want to show you guys. Okay, here it is. I want to show you on the screen, okay? Take a look at this. Boom. All right, here's the ESPN matchup predictor, right? And this is as the innings are going along, how it changes, right? So take a look at this. In the top of the 1st, 69% chance of winning, all right? Okay? But check this out. Even when Paredes homered, look, it was still at 67.2%. They still gave them a 67.2%. And then when it goes to Astros 2-0, the Dodgers still have a 62% chance of winning. Can you believe that? It goes up. It goes up just a little bit, then back down. It isn't until the Astros go up 4-1 that they actually get into the positives. And right now they're saying that the Astros have an 85% chance. This matchup predictor is all over the place, right? It has no idea what it wants to be. Andy Pages is at the plate. 0-1. There's 1 strike on Pages. Here comes the next pitch from McCullers. Swing and a miss. Nice. On the outside, a cutter. 0-2. Now think about that. The Astros are up 6-1. 6-1 in the bottom of the 4th. And they still only give the Astros a 65% chance of winning the game. How messed up is that? ESPN. Screw you, ESPN. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Way high. Ball 1. Yes, Ayush. That was a classic Altuve moment. Dodgers bullpen ERA, is it that bad? Hey, there we go. 94 miles an hour right in there. McCullers picks up another K. How awesome would it be, guys, if McCullers goes strikeout mode and all we see for the rest of the game is McCullers just striking out everybody? 94 mile per hour sinker. The stinker. Andy Pajes goes down. Conforto is at the plate. Takes that one in there for a strike. 85 mile per hour slider. Hey, guys. Strikeout McCullers is on the mound. I feel it. Here's the pitch. 89 just barely above the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Grounded foul down the first baseline. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Crispy, when I looked at it, it was over 70. It was over 70. You're right. We're talking about the matchup predictor by ESPN. They gave the Dodgers a more than 70% chance. It was as high as 72% chance of winning against the Astros today. Even though the Astros are up now by 6 runs or 5 runs, they only have the Astros at a 65% chance of winning. It's so skewed. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Conforto with that pitch. Here's the next toss. A little high, barely misses the zone, maybe by an inch. 93 miles an hour. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Conforto. How about we give Tommy what he likey? Here comes the full count pitch. Fouled off at the plate. We're going to have another full count pitch in just a moment. Brendan says maybe the Dodgers will call ice on the Astros because we have so many Spanish-speaking players. You're talking about Los Angeles, bro. You're talking about Los Angeles. I think that's backwards. Here comes the pitch. Hit high in the air. That should be easily playable. Paredes is underneath it, and Dubon is underneath it. Who's going to take it? It's going to be Dubon. Out number 2. And by the way, Brendan, Los Angeles calling ice? No, they're opposite. They help illegals. They don't help the government. They don't help kick illegals out. They help illegals. They would never call ice. Maybe they would call them, tell them to stay out. First pitch to the next batter, Tommy Edman, is low for ball 1. Fruit Juice. Hey, man, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Here's the next pitch. This is hit hard to center field. Myers is underneath it. 1, 2, 3, baby. 3 up and 3 down for Lance McCullers. He's through 4. I believe I can try. I can strike you out with just one eye. I don't know what that means, but it rhymed. How about that, guys? Astros are leading 6-1 through 4 innings after lighting up the starting pitcher for the Dodgers. 9 hits versus the Dodgers 3. Fruit Juice says, I love your enthusiasm in this game. I can hear your contempt for LA Dodgers. I agree, and I love it. Yes. You know, I don't have anything against the players. You know, I can look at the Dodgers lineup and tell you, yeah, they've got some really good guys. And actually, a couple of these guys on the team, I have a lot of respect for them as people. I think as people, I don't have any problems with the Dodgers players. I really don't. It's just the organization and the fans. But the fans are basically like they are because of the organization. So of course I have contempt for them. Any sane person has contempt for the Dodgers. That's my opinion. If you like the Dodgers, there's something wrong with you. It used to not be that way. I think a long, long time ago, there was a point where you could be a Dodgers fan and a good person. But I'm just really not so sure that's very possible anymore. Now, if you're born and raised in Los Angeles, I can kind of understand, okay, they're the local team. But I don't know. Choose the Angels, maybe. Go with a different team. Just until the organization and the way they're perceived can change. That just garbage to me. Cam Smith is back up for a second chance at this pitcher. He had a full count. No, I'm sorry, Christian Walker. What? Oh, okay, the camera. I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, Cam Smith is at the plate with a 1-0 count. He swings and misses the pitch there. 1-0. I was a little confused. They showed a shot of Christian Walker and said Cam Smith at the plate, and I was like, what? Fouled back for strike 2, 1-2. Yeah, the announcers and the cameramen not always on the same page at the same time. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cam Smith. He's 1 for 2 today. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss, low and inside. Cam has not as much success as he did his last at bat versus this pitcher. Christian Walker comes to the plate. He's got himself a nice 2-run shot and a single today. Walker getting it done so far today, 2 for 2. This is the first time to face Jack Dreyer on the mound. Let's see if he can keep it going. Inside for ball 1. Walker seems to do pretty good in this park, though. Highest batting average by a visiting player at Dodger Stadium. Christian Walker is number 4 on that list, guys. This one's fouled off. Pitch on the outside edge. 1-1. Yeah, Walker hits well in this park. Yep, Ohtani is supposed to pitch tomorrow. Looking forward to lighting him up, too. I think we're going to do it. Here comes the pitch. High, ball 2, 2-1. Ohtani is not going to be able to pitch against the Astros. He's going to try, but the Astros are going to light him up. I can feel it. J. Paul, are you serious? I don't doubt it. Check swing, but he went around. 2 balls and 2 strikes. J. Paul says that there was a thing this week where ICE tried to enter Dodger Stadium and the Dodgers made them leave. Is that true? I really believe it. I have no reason to doubt that at all. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Walker with 1 out, nobody on. Dreyer gets a swing and a miss, so Walker does go down with a strikeout. 2 up and 2 down. Dreyer having not too much trouble with the Astros so far. 1 walk to Altuve last inning. And he's retired all of the other batters so far. So 6. He's retired 6 of 8 batters. 6 of 7 batters. Caratini takes the first pitch for ball 1. Caratini now batting right-handed against the lefty. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. Outside, good take, ball 2. Yep, you're right, old dog, and you can also add like the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys to that, and those are all the teams that my brother likes. He doesn't like the Yankees, likes the Dodgers. Swinging a foul ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Caratini, the Batman. He did have a nice drive all the way out close to the warning track earlier. That was batting lefty. Now he's batting righty. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, practically. 3 balls and 1 strike. Willard is asking about the 2020 World Series. Here's the pitch. Opposite field, all the way back to the wall. It's going back. Oh, he can't get it. It's off the glove of Hernandez. How about that? He couldn't quite figure out how to play that ball. He kept turning over one shoulder and another one. In the last minute, it bounced. He threw his glove up there, and it just bounced off his glove. So Caratini is in with a double. I don't know how they're going to score that, but Teoscar Hernandez couldn't make up his mind how he wanted to play that ball. He kept turning left and right, and then he adjusted at the last minute and just couldn't get it. How about that? Look at this. They're going to walk Diaz on purpose, the intentional walk. This is a big opportunity now. Check this out, guys. They are calling it a double, first of all. They're giving the double to Caratini, so that's good for him. But here's the thing. Yainer Diaz is the DH. They just intentionally walked him, so we have runners on first and second with 2 outs. They're doing that on purpose so that they could pitch to Taylor Trammell. But now the Astros are bringing in Cooper Hummel to pinch hit for Trammell. And now the pitching coach is going to come out and have a little chit-chat with Dreyer. So we got a little bit of chess going on right now. The Dodgers are like, hey, you know, we don't want to pitch our lefty to Yainer Diaz, so they put him on base. And then the Astros say, oh yeah, okay. Well, we're going to take out our lefty, Taylor Trammell, and put in a righty, Cooper Hummel. And then the Dodgers are like, oh yeah, well, we're going to have a little meeting on the mound. So just a little bit of back and forth strategy. Or as my Vietnamese friend says, strategy. Dodgers have somebody going in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. Hummel goes after the first one, swinging a miss in the bottom of the zone. Hummel batting .211 right now. I'm glad to see that his batting average is up over 200. I think I mentioned that before. He stayed under 200 for so long. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Opposite field line drive foul. 0-2. How awesome would it be right here for Hummel to pick up some more RBIs for the Astros right here? It'd be a big deal, especially against this reliever, Dreyer. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Here we go. It's through. It's going to get through on the right side. Are they going to send him? Yes. Caratini's being sent. Here's the throw. He's in there. Safe. Holy freaking cow. The Batman. The Batman scores. Cooper Hummel with the opposite field single does it. Astros up 7-1. We've got runners on the corners, I believe. Did he go to third? Did Diaz go to third? Surely he did. It's showing on the screen that he's on second base, but did he not go to third? Yes, he did. Okay, I'm right. The screen is wrong, guys. Ignore that. Ignore the base pads on the screen. Yainer Diaz is on third base. Teoscar Hernandez brought that ball back in as quickly as he could, but it still wasn't fast enough to catch the Astros speedster catcher, the Batman. 7-1 on the screen. Who just scored? Tommy Likey. Yes, Tommy. You likey indeed. The Batman just scored, and it is 7-1 Astros. And guess what? The Dodgers are now pulling out their second pitcher. 4 2/3 innings, 2 pitchers, 7 runs, and 11 hits. The Astros are putting the thumping on the draft Dodgers. 11 hits versus 3 hits. Lance McCullers Jr., they are really giving you some love right now. On my channel today, right now we have 70 people listening in and following along. Thank you for being here. If you didn't notice, it is an Astros channel. I only do Astros live play-by-play. Occasionally I post some short clips here and there. And sometimes if I feel led to, I make a video about a particular topic. But it's always related to the Astros. Recently, just a few days ago, I made a video about the lack of transparency in the Astros management, the way they talk to the public about injuries and injury reporting. If you're interested in that, you can go check it out. If you're an Astros fan, I do invite you to subscribe. I just hit 600 subscribers today, so thanks to all of you for getting me to that mark. I consider this a community. Even though I'm running this is my channel and my effort. Everything you're seeing here on the screen has been built through my effort as far as what you're literally seeing. But the growth of the channel is us. It is a community. So I do appreciate you guys being here and liking and subscribing. First pitch, a Swiffer to Mauricio Dubon is outside for ball 1. Astros have runners on the corners with 2 outs. 1-0 is the count. Doobie 1 for 2 today. He takes that pitch on the outside edge. That's a strike. Noah Davis is on the mound now for the draft Dodgers. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Here comes the pitch to Doobie. Swing and a miss. Are you kidding me? I thought for sure you were going to let that one go. That was a Swiffer that went way outside, and Dubon just looked really bad going after that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Come on. Little single. Just a little single's fine, or a big home run, whatever. Dubon throws his bat out there again on a terrible Swiffer. 2 back-to-back terrible swings by Dubon, trying to force it. But we have the barely in there slide by the Batman to get another run on the board. Cooper Hummel with the RBI single gives the Astros another run. And we are through 4.5 innings, guys. Astros scoring every other inning so far. Scoring 2 in the first, 4 in the third, and then another one in the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Lance McCullers Jr. still on the mound for the Astros. Now, McCullers is actually at 63 pitches right now. 63. For him, this is an improvement. It really is. Because if you actually look at the numbers, he's pitched 4 full innings. Essentially, he's averaging 16 pitches per inning. Just under 16 pitches per inning. And for him, that's an improvement because he's been consistently pitching over 20 and 25 pitches. He has really been able to muscle through it and overcome the difficulty in this game. So you have to say hats off. Hats off to Lance McCullers. Bottom of the 5th. McCullers will be facing Enrique Hernandez, the number 8. No, I'm sorry. The number 9 batter. Is that right? Is he pinch hitting? First pitch is hit high in the air. Should be taken by Cam Smith, and it is for out number 1. 1 swing, 1 out. Good start to the bottom of the 5th. Yep, that was Enrique Hernandez. For some reason, his name is listed as K. Hernandez. Where does the K come from? I don't know. Strikeout? Shohei Ohtani comes to the plate. First pitch is low for ball 1. Knuckle curve. Ohtani has a line out and a walk today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice. 84-mile-per-hour slider, low and inside. The count is 1-1. Old dog, I smell a sweep too. Let's light up Ohtani tomorrow. That'd be great. Swing and a miss. Look at that. Ohtani went after it. 92-mile-per-hour sinker up in the top of the zone. couldn't even touch it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Come on, McCullers. You are now strikeout McCullers. This is the strikeout McCullers that we saw before. Pick up a K on Ohtani right here. Here's the toss. Just barely inside. 92 mile per hour stinker. Counts even 2-2. Lance isn't scared of Ohtani. He's pitching good to him. What are you talking about? Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This is bounced at the plate and foul towards the dugout. The count remains 2-2. The first at-bat, he didn't pitch to him very well, Brendan. But the second at-bat he did, and he got the line out. And this at-bat, he's pitching to him very well. So I don't know what you're talking about. He's not pitching scared at all. Here comes the 2-2. Strike 3, you got the K. Ohtani goes down swinging. Strikeout number 3. Ohtani doesn't have a single hit today. He's got a walk, a line out, and now a K. That's right. Go sit down. Sayonara. Johnny, see ya. 2 outs. 70 pitches now for McCullers. Next batter is Mookie Betts. That's a strike right in there. 90 mile per hour cutter. Kike is nickname for Enrique. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Mookie Betts. A 93 mile per hour pitch on that outside edge. I'm telling you guys, what we're seeing right now is strikeout McCullers. 0-2 is the count with 2 outs to Betts. Here comes the toss. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Mookie Betts goes down swinging. I'm telling you guys, from last inning until now, what we are seeing is McCullers changed modes. In anime terms, you can say he is in his final form, which is strikeout form. How about that? 3 up and 3 down with 2 strikeouts on Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts for Lance McCullers. 7-1 going into the top of the 6th. Pitching like this, McCullers could get through 7. Can you imagine how awesome that would be for McCullers to get through 7 innings, giving up only 1 run to the Dodgers? That would be awesome. Yep, old dog, at least 5 innings is the minimal that we can hope that he can do. But man, he's solidly done that. He had the 1 inning where it was a big struggle, but even in that inning, he gave up nothing. Nothing. No runs. That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter who's on base. It doesn't matter if bases are full. It doesn't matter. What matters is how many runs do you give up? Brendan, I hope you're right. Brendan says that the Chicago Cubs were the last team to be able to hit him hard. I hope so. But, I mean, he did show a little struggle in this game. But he was able to get over it and click and go right back into strikeout McCullers. If we have strikeout McCullers on the mound with control, then we have got a solid ace, a third ace. But he just needs to make that click, right? He needs to make that click and stay in that. If he keeps the control, keeps that strikeout mode, then he can keep his pitching count under control. Isaac Paredes is at the mound. He socked the ball. High and outside, ball 1. Noah Davis still on the mound for the Dodgers. The third pitcher that the Dodgers have trotted out there. Here's the pitch to Paredes, way outside. Ball 2. The Dodgers are more afraid of pitching to Paredes than anybody is afraid of pitching to Ohtani right now. Nobody cares. Paredes is a danger. Here's the next pitch. Little high. Ball 3. Good take. 3-0. Yeah, man, we've got it going on. Pitching is working it out. Defense is stellar. Offense is stellar. perfect time to crank it up against this team. Here's the 3-0. Should be a 3-0 pitch outside. Yeah, on the screen it says 2-0 actually. MLB didn't update it, but that's a walk for Paredes. 4-pitch walk to Paredes. Astros actually have the best record when playing against division leaders. How about that? 10-2. Here's the pitch. Way outside, another ball to Jake Myers. That's 5 straight balls from Noah Davis. Noah Davis struggling with control right now. He has picked up the control issues that McCullers no longer has. Here comes the pitch to Myers. Inside, there we go. Single for Myers. Inside, and he rips it into left field. Rake, 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 Mr. Jake. That's hit number 12 for the Astros. We got a dozen hits. Runners on first and second with no outs. And that brings up the man, Jose Altuve. Home run, double, if you want to put that in order. Double off the left center field wall. Home run over the left center field wall. Walk. What is he going to do this time? Here's the pitch. He goes after. That was a good pitch, actually, to be swinging at. 95 in the top of the zone. Just couldn't get the bat on it. Strike one. Who's pitching tomorrow? Ohtani is pitching for the Dodgers. I think Valdez is on the mound. They throw to second base there to try to pick off Paredes, but Paredes goes back. Strike 2 to Altuve on that pitch. 0-2 with no outs, 2 runners on. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Davis. Takes that one a little low. Altuve got really lucky there. That was in the lower outside corner. Should have been strike 3. Ball 1 as it stands. 1-2. Got a little lucky there. Astros are tied for most players on the injured list right now. 15. Altuve checks his swing. Didn't go, they say. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crispy, you might be right. There might be some pressure, extra pressure on McCullers at home. You never know. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Up and in. Ball 3. So Altuve was down 0-2. And he comes back to get the full count. 2 runners on, no outs. Big opportunity for the Astros right here to pile on some more runs. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4, Altuve gets a walk. How about that? Jose Altuve with another walk, man. He was down 0-2 in the count. And the Astros' number 1 RBI guy with runners in scoring position comes to the plate. It's not Jeremy Pena. It's Cam Smith. He's batting nearly 400 with runners in scoring position. He doesn't have a grand slam yet. You know, fingers crossed. No outs. Here's the pitch to Cam. Crank it up. Outside. Ball 1. What do you guys think? First grand slam of Cam Smith's career in Dodger Stadium. How awesome would that be? Make this game 11-1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Line drive to right field. That's going to score a couple of runs, it looks like. No, just 1 run. Just 1. 8-1 Astros. A dozen RBIs in barely a week's worth of games for Cam Smith. Opposite field, boom. The 96-mile-per-hour stinker right in the bottom of the zone. Cam goes down and gets it like Pena gets those fastballs. Christian Walker comes up with bases loaded. Let's just keep the train going. Here's the pitch to Walker. Rips it down the line. Oh, man, that was really close to being a double right there. 8-1 STROS with 13 hits. We got the baker's dozen on the board against the Dodgers. Every single Dodgers pitcher has given up runs now. Come on, Walker. 0-1 is the count. You can hit this guy. Here comes Davis's pitch. Little check swing. Did he go? They say he did. That's going to be strike 2. 0-2. Ayush is calling a Walker grand slam. That'd be 2 homers for him this game. But he hits really well in this stadium. He's got the 4th best batting average all time in this stadium. Is that crazy or what? He fouls this one off down the third base line again. 0-2 the count remains. Hey, Jordan. Nice to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And you're right. We definitely need a sweep against this team. How many good teams do we have to beat or sweep before the Astros get recognition from the media? Who knows? Maybe they never will until they win the championship. He got hit. Walker gets hit in the shoulder on the 0-2 pitch. 81-mile-per-hour Swiffer is out of control, and Myers will trot home. 9-1. How about that? That brings up the Batman, Victor Caratini, with another opportunity for a grand slam. He just had a grand slam the other day. Look at this. This Swiffer just did not move. It went straight at him. Right in the shoulder. He winced a little bit. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Pitching coach is up on the mound. They don't have anybody warming up in the bullpen. The Dodgers are going to have to... Okay, guys. Okay. Here we go. Check it out. Listen in. Yes or no? The Dodgers are going to have a position player pitching to the Astros before this game is over. Yes or no? What do you think? The Dodgers bring in a position player to pitch before the end of the game. Yes, no. There we go. Boom. New poll. Victor Caratini, the Batman, is at the plate. First pitch on the way. Here it comes. Takes that one. Check swing, 89 miles an hour. Strike 1. Well, maybe, yeah, but that's not really an answer for the poll. It's a yes or no question. It's ripped into the right field stands because one of those will happen, old dog, right? Either they will bring in a position player to pitch or they won't. So that's what I want to know, if you guys think that it will definitely happen or won't happen. 3 grand slams in his career for the Batman. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Low and inside, ball 1. Are we going to see more magic from the Batman? We'll see. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, no outs, guys. 9-1. The Astros already have this game in the bag. Here's the pitch. It's hit really hard out to right field. It might be gone. It might be gone. It's gone. It's another grand slam for the Batman. It's another grand slam for Victor Caratini. No kidding, guys. It is 13-1 in Dodger Stadium with another grand slam from Victor Caratini, the Batman. I'm telling you, they own this team right now. The Dodgers are nothing. Talk about deflating. Talk about deflating the fans. Victor Caratini with his 2nd grand slam in less than 2 weeks. Holy cow, the bases are cleared. Yainer Diaz comes up to the plate, fouls this one over to the right side, and it's caught just by the net. And that's the first out of the inning. Victor Caratini. How about that? Didn't need to crush it. Just hit it far enough out there. Right center field. Maybe just 4 rows up. 14 hits for the Astros and 13 runs. It's 13-1. Cooper Hummel is at the plate. Takes that pitch high above the zone. Some people would say there is a God. Absolutely. Crush this team. Let's add on some more. Let's score 20 runs. Why not? 2 balls and no strikes to Cooper Hummel. There's the man right there, man. The Batman. Robin, the Dodgers. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Hummel. He takes that one high for ball 3. Man, how about that? Every single pitcher for the Dodgers has been lit up by the Astros. Here is the next pitch. That's in there for strike 1. 3-1 against Hummel. Fred says Mookie will be on the mound soon enough. You got it, brother. You got it. Here's a pitch. Ball 4, too far inside. We have another base runner with 1 out. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll right here. I think it's kind of useless to have the poll up anymore. 86% say yes, the Dodgers are going to bring in a position player to pitch before the end of the game, and 13% say no. 22 votes. We'll see. We will see. Here's the pitch. Next batter is Doobie. Doobie is 1 for 3 today. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Come on, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Runner on first with 1 out. Here's the toss from Davis. That's up the middle, and he bobbles it. How about that? Everything going the Astros' way right now. Shortstop Mookie Betts can't handle it. Everybody's safe. Isaac Paredes started this inning, and he's now back at the plate. The Astros have had 10 batters just in this 1 inning. Mookie Betts tried to scoop it on the run, couldn't get it. Womp womp. Mookie Betts, you better get your act together. You're about to be up on the mound in just a few moments. Paredes at the plate takes the first pitch for strike 1. 2 runners on, first and second. Astros need to not let the pedal up on this team. Crush this team. Crush them into the ground. Grind them into a fine dust. And then turn them into some type of matcha. Strike 2 right in there. 0-2 is the pitch count. You says, this is the definition of belt to the behind. That's right. Dad has taken off the belt and is whipping the crap out of his son right now. Low and outside, ball 1. 1-2. 1 out. 2 runners on, first and second. Astros already have 6 runs this inning, looking to get some more. Let's be greedy. 107 people following along right now. How about that? Let's get the likes up, guys. Here's the next pitch to Paredes. Called strike 3 on the outside edge. Could have gone either way. It was close, but you got to swing at that one, I think. You got 2 strikes, and it's that close. You need a swing, but that's strike 3, 2 away. If you guys are Astros fans, please remember to subscribe. Trying to get to 700 before the All-Star break, or by the All-Star break. Myers hits one down the line. There's a backhanded throw to first. He's going to make it. The throw gets by, and that's going to give the Astros another run. Hummel scores easily. Dubon moves over to third. Myers with another infield hit. Or an error. 14-1. Everything, like I said, everything going the Astros' way right now. Good catch by Hernandez, but terrible throw over to first base. Kiki. Bad throw. Altuve, my man, is at the plate. The crowd is booing again, but screw you, Dodgers crowd. Altuve has 3 runs scored this game. 2 walks, a double, a 2-run homer. Let's make it another. Let's make a 3-run homer. How about that? He takes that one for strike 1. 1-1 is the count. Noah Davis has thrown 41 pitches. I'm sorry, 40. 40 pitches this inning. 40 pitches just this inning. Here's the next one. That's in there for strike 2. 1-2 to Altuve. Altuve been on base every at bat. That's right. He's 4 for 4 getting on base. Double, home run, 2 walks. Another big hit here would be awesome. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Altuve hits it out to right field all the way out to the wall. It might be gone. It might be gone. It's gone. It's another home run for Altuve. A 3-run shot to right field. Yes. Yes. 17-1. 17-1 on the freaking Dodgers. 17-1, and they throw the ball back on the field again. These fans are terrible. Altuve is a Hall of Famer, and he hits a home run, and you throw the ball back out on the field. What a fool you are. What a fool you are. Yep. And there's an Astros fan out there. He stands up and he takes his hat off to Altuve. That's right. Salute the man. Cam Smith comes to the plate, takes the first. Oh, he swings at the first pitch for strike 1. 0-1. Man, these Astros fans hanging out in the stadium, they got to have a wonderful time, right? To go to L.A., be surrounded by these terrible fans, and then just destroy the Dodgers. Cam Smith fouls that one off at the plate. 0-2 is the count. 17-1. The Astros have now scored 10 runs in the 6th inning, in just this inning. Here is the 0-2 pitch with 2 outs, nobody on, to Cam Smith. Davis still in the game. Rocketed down the third base side by Cam Smith. 17 hits and 17 runs for the Houston Astros. Screw you, ESPN, and your matchup game predictor. They probably only give the Astros a 70% chance to win right now. What do you want to bet? Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So finally Davis gets through the inning. But not before the Astros get a ton of hits and 10 more runs. But Altuve with the icing on the cake to right center field, completely owning the Dodgers today. How about that? 2 home runs for Altuve today. A 2-run shot and a 3-run shot. Man. I don't know what else to say. I am so pumped about this game. I am pumped about this game. Today I get to 600 subscribers on my channel. I'm going to go outside right quick and double check and make sure that my Altuve jersey hasn't been delivered, because if it has, I really want to put it on. I'll be right back, guys. Go Astros. Alrighty, guys, we are back. I apologize for that. Had to go all the way out to the mailbox, and whew, there's already one out. I accidentally kicked my wire, my mic wire, whenever I was getting up. I didn't realize it was wrapped around my foot. One away for McCullers. First pitch there is, I'm sorry, that's the second pitch. I need to put my glasses on. I hate having to wear these things. 1-1 to Will Smith. That pitch is outside for ball one. That small text on the screen, I just can't read it without these glasses. I can see everything else, but the small little text on the screen, the count and stuff like that, I can't see it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Outside and low, 3-1. There is 1 out. The first batter was actually a pinch hitter for Freddie Freeman. He went down, I guess, with a flyout or a grounder. Another walk there. Will Smith gets walked. 1 away, 1 runner on. Here in the bottom of the 6th, the Astros nursing a 16-run lead. Freaking Dodgers. The Astros didn't do this against the Rockies. They did it in game 1 versus the Dodgers. Next batter is Kim. Hyesung Kim. I don't know how you say his name. Korean batter. 0-1 with that strike. Here's the next pitch. In the dirt. Knuckle curve missing. Wow, wow, wow. What a game, guys. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Kim. This is grounded to Paredes. He goes to first base. Too close at second base. Can't get the double play. But that's out number 2. We have a runner on second with 2 away. Yeah, Trading View says pump it up, Brandon. Yeah, absolutely. Pump it up. Pump it up. I mean, the Astros are really getting me fired up. You know, today, after this game, my plan was to try to build my kitchen cabinet and build a part of the floor in my kitchen. But, man, I really want to go celebrate with a nice lunch after this one, man. I'm so excited. Swing and a miss. McCullers gets another swing from Andy Pages. 0-1 is the count. 2 outs. Here's the next pitch. Up high. 2 balls, or is that 1 ball? I thought that was 2-1, but it's 1-1 apparently. 1 ball, 1 strike. I need to pay attention. Here comes the pitch. Pages grounds that up the middle. Backhand by Altuve. What a play, but he's got nowhere to go. So Altuve saves a run by blocking that ball from going into the outfield. Another stellar defensive play by Altuve. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball, but he saved a run. Altuve protecting that 16-point lead. What kind of a stupid replay was that? You need to start it before the play happens, not during the play. That was a terrible replay. Replay man is asleep right now. The first one is grounded away to the right side, the first base side, by Michael Conforto. 0 for 2 today is Mr. Conforto with a pop out. 0-1 is the count with runners on the corners and 2 outs. 85th, 86th, 87th pitch of the game coming for McCullers. This is hit high on the infield. Paredes is underneath it. Should be an easy out, and it is. No problem for McCullers. A couple of base runners, but nothing to worry about. McCullers struts off the mound with a 16-run lead. How about that? 50 likes on the live stream right now and 80 people following along at the moment. If you have not already liked my live stream, I would greatly appreciate you doing that right now. Just so you know, I want to share this with you guys just because I am doing my best, absolutely doing my best to completely change my life in every possible way. In my relationships, my finances, my career, my health, in everything. And it has been important to me over the past several years, especially, to do that. And during that time, everything just became even more challenging. You know, relationships with my family and with friends and things like that, those things became even more difficult. And I didn't quite understand that, because you would think that when you're trying to improve your life, right, you're studying, you're praying, and you're thinking, and you're really concerned about who you are and what you're doing in your life. Become a better person, you know, be more healthy, be happier, do the things that you love to do, you know, understand life better, your purpose, etc. You would think that things would go better in your life. But what I realized is it doesn't work that way. What happens is that when you actually are emotionally honest with what's going on inside of you, and you're honest with who you really are, because a lot of the way we interact, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, maybe it's a little deep right now, but I was just going to say that whenever you're thinking about the things that you do every day, the interactions and the relationships you have, and even the job that you work, and all of these things, most of us, we choose to do those things so that we can be perceived and accepted in a certain way by other people, not because we're being honest. So when you start to be honest, you actually go against what most other people think you should be doing, and it makes your life really difficult. And during that time, I've also had to deal with health challenges. So that's one of the reasons I'm here with you today, that I can do this, is because of all of those challenges. First batter for the Astros is Christian Walker. He's at the plate, takes the first pitch inside and low. But I just want to say, I said all that because life doesn't always seem to be easy. But I'm really happy to be here with you today, and this game today just makes me smile. Christian Walker hits it through on the left side. How about that? Another hit for the Astros. Make that hit number 18. Christian Walker just continuing to own this stadium. 3 for 4 today with a home run. 3 hits in Dodger Stadium for Walker today. One of the best hitters, top 4 hitters in this park. Here's the next pitch. First pitch to Caratini, who has the grand slam. That bounced off the glove of the catcher. Walker will easily get to second base on that one. So no outs, runner on second. Caratini with a second grand slam today. It's his first one today, but his second one in recent days. See, I see a lot of messages that I haven't been able to get to yet, but I'll get to that, guys. I'll check out your live chat messages. Here's the pitch. A little high check swing. They call that a strike? Really? Okay. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Batman. 2 for 4 today with a double and a grand slam. Here's the next pitch. Ooh, almost clipped him on the inside. Ball 2, 2-1. I need myself another cup of coffee. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the toss from Anthony Banda. This is hit out into right field. A diving catch. Can't get it. It bounces off his glove. That's going to score Walker. No, he doesn't send Walker. But Caratini's in there. Christian Walker was stopped at third base, and they said he could have walked home. But he was held up by Paris Chica. Now he's trying to explain to him why he said. Walker's like, yeah, BS. Look at this. He tried to make the play, but it bounced right in front of him. Womp, womp. I'm sorry, things just can't go your way today. It is an Astros day. Happy Independence Day, otherwise known as Astros Day. Runners on second and third with no outs. Diaz at the plate. Fouls that one back. The Astros commentators literally said that Paris Chica held Walker up as if we don't need the runs. We don't need the runs. Even though he could have walked home, he did not send him. What kind of nonsense is that? This is the Dodgers, man. You have to run it up to 20, right? You got to get 20 runs. Yainer Diaz fouls that one back, too. The count is 0-2. Man, Paris Chica continues to disappoint me at third base. Put another third base coach over there or tell him to improve. Why is he over there? Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Diaz. This one's out into right field, all the way out to the warning track. And that's going to score Walker easily. He tags from third. He can finally trot home like he should have done already. 18-1. Did Caratini move to third or did he stay on second? I'm not sure. They didn't show it. Probably stayed on second. One away. Cooper Hummel at the plate. No, actually, Caratini did go over to third base. All right. Hummel hits this one way up into center field. Let's see if Caratini will tag. He lost it there for a second, but he's able to get it. No tag. Caratini stays on third. If this were a close game or the Astros were down, you know that Paris Chica would have sent him. He would have told him to try. But I don't understand why they didn't at least try to make him make a throw. Caratini didn't even try to go home. He didn't even fake. He didn't even fake a run home. No, Caratini. What? Caratini's on second? I thought he was on third. Man, they need to get their information on the screen correct. MLB TV information on the screen was incorrect. Caratini never went over to third base. He's on second. My bad. No wonder he didn't go for home that time. Dubon is at the plate, swings and misses that pitch for strike two. 0-2 with 2 outs. Old dog, yeah, he didn't want to run up the score. It's already run up. And this is the Dodgers. Of course, if you could score 50 points against the Dodgers, you do it, right? That's my opinion. Dubon hits it to the right side. He's hustling over, but he can't quite get there. That's going to be out number 3. Good play by the first baseman to grab it and run over and touch the base. But the Astros tack on another run. Just another insurance run, because you never know. 16-run lead, kind of iffy. 17 gives you a little bit of a cushion. All right. 18-1. This makes me feel a lot better about that Cubs loss, right? When McCullers got lit up. How about this for a turnaround, right? How about this for a flipping the script? I'm going to go grab my hot water right quick. It's a 7th inning stretch, guys. God bless America. Happy Independence Day, wherever you are. If you are American, happy Independence Day. If you are British, ha 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 ha. I'll be right back. Go Astros. All right. Got my hot water. Got my third cup of coffee here. I didn't pick up any extra creamer though, any extra half and half. But that's all right. I can enjoy this medium-sized cup of coffee with no creamer. And then later on, if I make a fresh cup, I don't know if I'm going to make another fresh cup before the end of the game. I might just go and have myself a really, really, really nice lunch at the cafe. I got to decide where to go. I don't know if the local cafe is open today or not, but if they are, I can get what's called omurice. Basically, that it comes from English. It means omelet rice. It's like an egg omelet, and they put it on top of rice, and it has like a tomato soup around it, and some vegetables and chicken. And basically, whenever you get it, you can kind of mix it together and eat it like that. So it's egg omelet with tomato sauce, chicken, and rice all together. It's very delicious. Yeah, it's called omurice. Omurice in Japanese. It just means omelet rice. It comes from English, but it's Japanese style, right? I don't know if they're open today. If they're not, I'll have to go a little further. Let's see what their schedule is. Today's the 5th. Yeah, they're actually open today. They are open today, so I could go there. The local place is open. All right. Tommy Edman is at the plate. We have ourselves a new pitcher. Alexander is in the game. Jason Alexander is in the game for the Astros. Haven't seen him in a while. Here comes the next toss to Edman. That's right in there for strike one. I think I have Jason Edman's picture. Or, I'm sorry, Jason Alexander's picture. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Next pitch is low and in the dirt inside. Shea Whitcomb is now in for the Astros at second base. Zach Short is at shortstop, and Dubon has moved into center field. Myers is out. Next pitch is fouled off. 93 in the top of the zone. I believe that's a full count. Is Salazar behind the plate? No, not yet. Caratini's still in the game. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Okay, now that's full count. For some reason, the count is not showing on the screen right now, so I'm having to go by memory. It's nice to know. I should pay attention. But 3 balls and 2 strikes right now to Edman. Here's the pitch. Way outside, ball 4. So, leadoff walk for Alexander here in the bottom of the 7th. Alexander has only pitched 7 innings for the Astros. His ERA is through the roof. Let's hope he can find himself here and have a good solid outing. Enrique Hernandez is at the plate. Takes that first pitch above the zone for ball 1. Yep, Brendan, send in the rookie pitchers. Alexander was brought up from AAA. Yep, he's only pitched for the Astros a little bit. Just 8 innings so far. Here's the next pitch, right in there. Top of the zone, strike 1. 1-1. I really do believe that the Astros are going to light up Ohtani tomorrow. This ball's hit pretty hard out into right field, but playable by Cam Smith. Out number 1. I am really surprised that the Astros destroyed the Dodgers this game. I was thinking that they were going to destroy them tomorrow. But I'm telling you guys, you mark my words, the Astros could knock Ohtani out of the game tomorrow. I really believe they're going to do it. I really believe they're going to. Ohtani is not ready for the Astros. Here's the pitch. Speaking of Ohtani, takes the first pitch below the zone for ball one. Ohtani has done nothing in this game today. He had one walk. A walk, a line drive out off the foot of McCullers, and a strikeout. Here comes the next toss from Alexander. Right in there, fouled off, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strikes. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 strikes. Yeah, 32-year-old rookie. 1-1. Here comes the pitch to Ohtani. That's hit out the left field. It's slicing over. It's going to be just foul. That was a home run distance, barely into that corner, but about 6 feet foul. These Dodger fans make no sense. They're fighting and scrambling with each other to get that foul ball from Ohtani, but throwing a Hall of Famer ball back on the field twice. Jose Altuve's home run balls. These fans are, I don't want to say retarded, but those are retarded actions. Here's the pitch. All right, this could be a ground ball, double play. Too slow. Too slow there. But they get the force out at second base. A fielder's choice by Ohtani. Ohtani will be on first base with 2 outs. All he could manage was a little cue ball shot on the ground to the second baseman. Altuve is not at second base, in case you're wondering. Swing and a miss by Mr. Isturi Ruse. Ohtani steals second base quietly. Nobody said anything about it. Ohtani takes second. Nobody cares. They just let him go. He's probably going to steal third now. Nobody cares. What do you want to bet? No, he doesn't go. Can't believe it. Strike 1 or strike 2. No, that's strike 2. Esteri Ruiz. I guess he hasn't had a single bat for the Dodgers at all. He's 0 for 0 with 0.000 batting average. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout. So Esteri Ruiz gets an opportunity because the Dodgers are down by 17 runs. And he capitalizes by getting a 3-pitch strikeout. Feel sorry for the new guys when they come into a game like this. The Astros. Oh, excuse me. That was embarrassing. Think about this. Your team is down. You're on the Dodgers. You're a new guy. You're probably not really going to see any playing time unless your team is blowing out the other team or your team is getting blown out. And it just so happens that you're at home in LA and you're getting blown out by 17 runs. So the Astros, your opponent, bring in a pitcher who is not a dependable guy, really. He's just a minor league backup guy. The last time he pitched, he got blown up. They bring him in, and you're thinking, this is my opportunity. You finally get to come up and bat, and you got nothing to lose, but everything to gain, and you strike out in 3 pitches against the guy. That's got to suck. I feel sorry for the guy, I really do. But I feel good for Jason Alexander. Feel happy for him. And I'm not talking about the actor from Seinfeld. Let's see here. The game tomorrow, Braden, it starts a little earlier than today's game. Actually, each game of this series starts earlier and earlier. Tomorrow's game for me probably starts around 8 a.m. Let me double check. Because I think the game after that starts around 5 or something. Let's see. Yeah, tomorrow's game is 8:15 a.m. So I will be starting from around 8 a.m. my time, my local time in Japan. And then game 3 is starting even earlier, around 5:10 a.m. But for me, I'll start at 5 a.m. at the latest. I usually try to start at least 10 minutes before the game. If there's anything really important to say or do, then I'll start a little earlier and give some pregame information and stuff. But it depends on, you know, how I feel, if I need the extra rest, and if there's extra stuff to be said, etc., etc. Excellent defense, excellent offense by Altuve today. Isaac Paredes, right off the bat, I just missed that. I was looking at some highlights of Altuve, and Isaac Paredes almost got a hit there, but it was turned into an out by the Dodgers, so one away. I'm not sure exactly what he just did, but Myers is out of the game, and Zach Short is batting in his spot. Short still looking for his first hit with the Astros. Takes that first pitch for strike one. Here comes the next pitch. Outside, ball one. Yeah, old dog, I'm going to go out and have myself a really nice lunch. I haven't decided if I'm going to go local. I probably will, just because it's so... I like supporting the local businesses, but also it's a short drive. It's like 5 or 6 minutes down the road. I don't have to drive all the way to the next town, you know? 2 balls and 1 strike to Zach Short. Come on, man, get yourself a hit. Finally, get yourself a hit. Here's a pitch. Fouls it back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. How did Paredes get out? That's what I want to see. Okay, it was a line drive. That's what it was. Line drive out to third base. That's what it was. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Short. High and outside for ball 3. Full count. You know, it's really nice. I'm able to click on the video player and go back and take a look and see what happened. So the first at-bat I missed with Paredes, I was able to check it out. Short fouls it off again. The count stays full, 3-2. 1 out, nobody on. Here in the top of the 8th, the Astros just barely hanging on to a 17-point lead. Well, the Dodgers are double screwed tomorrow, Brendan. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 4. Could have been called a strike, could have been called a ball. Umpire decides it's a ball. So Short gets on with a walk. Pretty interesting statistic that they just showed on the screen a moment ago. Best record after a loss. The Astros are number 1. Low and inside, ball 1 to Shea Whitcomb. Zach Short on first base with a walk, 1 out. The Astros young guys trying to show something here in the top of the 8th. Shea Whitcomb bounces that one over to shortstop. Third base grabs it. He cuts it off and fires over to first. Short goes to second. So we'll have 2 outs with the runner in scoring position. I love you, Jose Altuve. I think he knows it. Deep in his heart, he can feel my love. Those home runs were just for me. I went out to check my mailbox and I still don't have my jersey, so I guess it'll be here tomorrow. Here's the pitch. That's on the inside edge. Cam Smith is at the plate, 2 for 5 today. He's got himself a double, an RBI, a couple of runs scored. Very productive as usual. Here's the pitch. Bounces low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Brendan, you said that the Dodgers are screwed tomorrow because Fromber's pitching. This is what I think. I think they're doubly screwed on offense and defense. Here's the pitch to Cam Smith. This is hit up the middle. Is it going to drop? No, it's caught by the center fielder. He gave it a nice drive, but they don't actually get any runs. Surprising. The Astros don't get a run in the top of the 8th, but it's all good. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll see if Jason Alexander is going to remain on the mound for the Stros. What a great opportunity for the Astros today to score so many runs, you know? Because we can pull guys out and let them rest. We can pull out our pitchers. We can bring in our newbie pitchers, give them some opportunity to pitch. I mean, right now we can literally do anything we want. We can pull anybody in the game we want. We could replace everybody on the field if we wanted to. And give the Astros bullpen another rest day. How awesome is that? But what I was going to say is about the comment about the Dodgers being screwed with Fromber on the mound. Here's the other thing. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, or if you agree with it or not, but Shohei Ohtani is pitching tomorrow. And I think that represents a lot of runs for the Astros. I am set in my belief that Ohtani is not ready to pitch to the Astros. They're going to knock him out real quick. I was expecting the Astros to score a lot of runs tomorrow. I wasn't expecting this today, but of course, I'm more than happy to see the result. More than happy. But tomorrow the Astros will light up Shohei Ohtani. You mark my words. At the very least, the Astros are going to take Game 1 and Game 2 of this series, if not the sweep. Gusto, I believe, is on the mound in Game 3. No, I'm sorry, Gordon. Gordon is on the mound. My bad. That's what I meant to say was Gordon. Here's the pitch. First batter is Dalton Rushing. He flies it out to Doobie, who's out in center field now. One away. One pitch, one out. Will Smith comes to the plate. Pretty interesting that they've still got Caratini in the game. They could bring in Cesar Salazar, but they have decided to stay with Caratini and let him catch Jason Alexander. Kind of makes sense, though. If you bring in one of your AAA guys, maybe you want to keep Caratini back there and have him work with a good catcher, right? Not saying that Salazar is not a good catcher. It's just that he's not Caratini. One ball, and no, that's a strike. 0-2. All right, 0-2 versus Will Smith. Old dog, you're right. Nice that Lance McCullers will get this win. We needed this game. He needed this game. Yes, he did. And he pitched good. He pitched well. Here's the pitch. In the dirt outside, ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Will Smith with 1 out, nobody on. Raj says the Astros are trying to prove they didn't need any trash cans to beat LA. Well, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but the trash cans were only used in Houston. They never used any trash cans in LA. I know what you're saying, but, you know, just saying. The Astros owned the Dodgers in the 27 World Series, even without the trash cans. Foul ball. The count is 2-2 against Will Smith. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Full count. Brendan says, I wonder if Bregman regrets leaving the Astros after watching the game. You never know, but you know what? I think they're better without him right now. There was no guarantee that Bregman was going to be playing as well as he has been playing. You know, I know that he's gotten injured and he hasn't played a full season. But would he have played that well with the Astros? There's no way to know. Here's the pitch. Up the middle, that's going to be a base hit for Will Smith. First hit given up by Alexander. First hit there for him to be given up, but the 4th or the 5th hit of the game for the Dodgers. But, you know, Tucker didn't have too much of a choice, you know. Tucker wasn't set on going or staying, I think. But Bregman was being a little greedy. That's in there for strike 1 to Kim. Runner on first with 1 out. Hai-Sung Kim at the plate. Batting lefty. Here's the pitch from Alexander. Too far outside. 1-1 is the count. But honestly, guys, as much as I liked Bregman and I appreciate that he came from the LSU Tigers, I'm very happy. Paredes has completely won me over. I like him. Here's a pitch. Bounce down to second base. Whitcomb bobbles it. And that's why I have issues with Whitcomb. Might be an error. Should be. Should be an error. He bobbles it, can't get it to first in time, so runners are going to be on first and second with 1 out. I have some issues, some qualms. I have some issues with Whitcomb's defense, and he just proved it again right there. He hasn't been in the game, but for like an inning, he's already making errors. This is hit really hard to center, but a line drive shot straight to the center fielder, Dubon. Out number 2. That one was hit really hard, but straight at Dubon. Runners remain on first and second, 2 away. Yeah, you're right, Andy. They beat them in L.A. Just sour grapes. That's right. They didn't have any problem beating them without the trash cans at home in Los Angeles. If the Dodgers were really so much better than the Astros, then why didn't they take 2 of those games? It's a good argument. It's just true, you know. Here's the pitch. Right on the outside, but a little too far. Ball 1 to Michael Conforto. Conforto at the plate with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Alexander trying to get out of this inning without giving up anything. Here's the next pitch. A little low and inside, ball 2. Brendan says we should trade Whitcomb. I agree. If we could get something for Whitcomb, I would be okay with letting him go in a package deal. Don't have any particular affinity for Shea Whitcomb. 91 right in the middle of the zone, fouled away by Conforto. 2-1 is the count. Bregman certainly doesn't regret cashing those Red Sox paychecks, says Fruit Juice, and you're right. Good for him. He goes there, he plays better, he gets more money. Good for him. His attitude just didn't fit with Houston anymore. This is a ground ball to Christian Walker. Easily takes it. Steps on the base, but they say it's a foul ball. Everybody started to trot in like that was out number 3, but the umpire said it was foul. How was that foul? That looked like it was fair. I thought that was out number 3. Everybody thought it was out number 3. Even the outfielders were coming in like it was out number 3, and the umpire's like, no, that's foul. Really? I'd like to see a replay, but whatever. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yep. Here's the pitch in the dirt. That's going to be a full count. Conforto extends the count. Extends the at-bat. Old Dog says, trade Whitcomb for a case of beer. It's funny. J. Paul says, Ohtani only going to go 2 or 3 innings maybe tomorrow. Most he's pitched is 2 innings. Swing and a miss. There we go. All right. Jason Alexander with the strikeout against Conforto. He wins the battle. Couple of runners on base, no problem. He gets through it. He muscles through it. No runs given up in the bottom of the 8th. Just a couple of hits. 5 hits for the draft Dodgers. Just a few hits for the Astros. 19. 18 runs on the board for the STROS. 1 run for the draft Dodgers. I wonder if Anthony Banda is still going to be on the mound. I wonder if Anthony Banda is still going to be on the mound for the Dodgers. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm now up to 607 likes, guys. I've gotten 8 subs from the start of this broadcast until now, up to 607. So an increase of 8 subscribers. For all of you new subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate your support big time. Actually, let me Let me do this so you can see. You can't see my face on the screen, so let me change that. There we go. That's better. I was saying thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Arigato gozaimasu. It just means thank you very much. And for everything that you do every day, day to day, otsukare-sama desu. And basically in Japanese, that means thank you for your hard work. This is often expressed in various situations and for various reasons in Japanese. Sometimes it's kind of like saying, it's almost like a way of saying hello or saying goodbye or whatever. You know, at the end of the workday, if somebody's leaving and you say, otsukare-sama deshita, this is past tense for thank you for the hard work you did today. But sometimes people can even use it to say hello. You say, otsukare. It's kind of like a way to say hello. So in Japan, if you see somebody that you know, somebody close to you, a friend or a coworker or something like that, they don't usually say konnichiwa. Don't usually say that. We say that to people that at the shops or at the stores or something like that. But very first pitch, check that out. Christian Walker with another hit. He continues to own the park, guys. Good old Christian Walker. Christian Walker has the 4th best batting average in Dodger Stadium, and he continues to own it. He's doing nothing but improving that batting average. Cesar Salazar is finally in the game for Caratini, and he's batting the first time at the plate. Hey, and we got Rojas on the mound, and they're going to get a double play. So the Dodgers finally bring in a position player, Miguel Rojas. Finally, they bring in their position player. I knew it. I knew it. Miguel Rojas on the mound for those dirty Dodgers. He tosses it in there 40 miles an hour. Ball 1 with 2 outs. Here's the next pitch to Diaz. 57 miles an hour. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Takes that one high. Ball 3. Cooper Hummel on deck. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Yiner. Almost hits him. Ball 4. Yiner takes the walk from Rojas. We have a runner on first with 2 outs. Yeah, Cooper Hummel comes to the plate. That's funny. Diaz and Rojas were trash talking each other when he was walking to first base. Check swing by Hummel, and they say he didn't win. What are you talking about, a check swing, Hummel? Are you serious? You either swing or you don't. He's throwing it like at 50 miles an hour, dude. Really? Here's the pitch. Way outside. That one's way out there. 2 balls and no strikes. Hummel says, hold my... I sure hope he hits it. That'd be nice. Outside again, ball 3. 7 straight balls thrown by Rojas. He gets a quick couple of outs with the double play, but now he's throwing some balls. Here's the next pitch. That's on the outside edge for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. The crowd actually cheers. Wow. Here comes the 3-1. Little high, ball 4. Another walk. Doobie comes to the plate. Can Doobie get a big hit off of this guy? I almost never see runs scored against these position players. It'd be nice to see the Astros actually get to 20 off this guy. That'd be hilarious. He rips this one down the third baseline. Doobie, of course, always swinging, right? He's always swinging. 0-1. He does have 2 singles and a run scored this game. Come on, Doobie. This is the Dodgers. Keep the pedal to the metal. He grounds this one to second. Should be an out. And it is, and that's out number 3. So Miguel Rojas does the one thing that the other Dodgers pitchers cannot do and shuts down the Astros. So if you're the Dodgers and you don't want the Astros to score, what do you have to do? You have to bring in a position player and let them pitch. That's the secret sauce right there. There's a lot of stuff that I missed in the live chat that I'd like to go back and take a look at. Let's see here. Old Dog earlier said bring in Kershaw. That's funny. Jordan says hopefully we don't lose 1-0 after this game. That's not going to happen, brother. We're going to light up Ohtani tomorrow. You had to go to the MLB scores to believe. Well, Jordan, just so you know, the score that you're seeing on my screen, it comes from MLB directly. It's an API, and it's pulling the score directly from MLB. So there's no way for it to be wrong unless MLB is wrong. So if you go to MLB, you're going to see exactly what's displayed on my screen. Let's see here. Brendan, there's no such thing as a curse. Scoring a lot of runs and then not scoring any runs the next day is not a curse. It's just it's a myth. Old Dog says fireworks are going off in Dodger Stadium. All right. Andy, yes. I meant to get to that. Andy, if you're still listening, you said, I appreciate you doing this, being an Astros fan from Wisconsin since the days of Jose Cruz. Longtime fan. Thanks for being here, and no problem. I'm really happy to do it. I'm able to do it right now, so I'm happy to do it. It would have been nice to see McCullers go 7, but he didn't need to today. 6 was enough, I guess. Yeah, and the Dodgers pitchers are pretty bad today, Brendan. Obviously. None of them could hold the Astros down. That's great. And Old Dog says, is this against the best MLB team or what? Good question. And there are lots of Dodgers fans leaving the stadium, of course. First pitch to Tommy Edman is fouled off for strike 1. Jason Alexander getting a third inning for the Astros. Here's the pitch. A little low, ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Alexander up to 37 pitches now. Here's the next pitch. Outside, ball 2, 1-2. Or 2-1, rather. Yeah, the Astros are already thinking about that, Old Dog. Where can we get the best tacos in Los Angeles? That one is low, and it bounces to the backstop for ball 3. 3-1. One walk today for Edman. That's all he's done. Here's the next pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Full count. Fruit Juice says, I once had a girlfriend who was a big Dodgers fan even though she lived near Angels Stadium. That was tough at times being with her. Yeah, I can imagine. Fouls it off. The count remains full. Fruit Juice, I'm going to take a guess also that she also didn't know too much detail about the team, didn't pay too much attention to the games, only looked to see what the score was in the end to see if they won or lost. This is fouled back and out of play. The count remains full. I've seen a lot of people wearing like Dodgers stuff or Yankees stuff, and I'll say, so you're a Dodgers fan or you're a Yankees fan? And they're like, yeah, but I really don't know how they're doing right now. They literally don't pay attention at all. It's just about image. Outside, ball 4. Second walk for Alexander today. We have a runner on with no outs in the bottom of the 9th. I did see a guy here in East Hiroshima the other day at the supermarket who had an Astros hat on. And he said that he was actually raised in Houston and he grew up as an Astros fan, but he said he hasn't really watched much this year. So at least he was honest. He said I have to be honest, man. I just haven't watched much this year. I've been too busy with other things. And I said, well, they're doing really good right now. And he goes, well, I did hear that. That's great. But I almost never see people wearing Astros hats in Japan. Every once in a while. But there's so many people, so many Japanese wearing New York Yankees or LA Dodgers hats for fashion, especially now that Ohtani's in Los Angeles. My God, it's like puke, vomit everywhere. Pitches outside to Miguel Rojas, who's the current pitcher for the Dodgers. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. On the outside edge, strike one, 1-1. Texas Dave asked if he could bat for the Astros. He said he can hit a home, and you probably can against this team. Probably can. Is Ohtani's birthday tomorrow? He's going to get a big gift of Astros hits and homers and runs scored. Astros going to gift him with RBIs. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Miguel Rojas. Runner on first base with 1 out. Here's the next pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. The count is even. Hey, Andy, good. I see you're still listening. That's good. I'm glad you could hear that. Thank you so much. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This is hit high in the air into left field. Should be playable. And it is. Hummel is underneath it. Puts it away for out number 2. Runner goes back to first. Miguel Rojas, the pitcher for the Dodgers, is out. He flies out. 50 pitches now for Jason Alexander. And check this out. You know, he's 1 out away from shutting out the Dodgers in 3 innings. How about that? Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Esturi Rios. 0-1 is the count. Fred asks how many Dodger fans will stay for the July 4th fireworks tonight. Yeah. To get destroyed. 0-2 on that foul ball. To get destroyed by the Astros, of all teams. Of all teams that you'd want to get destroyed by in Los Angeles, it's the Houston Astros. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1, 1-2. To get destroyed on July 4th at home, and then you're going to celebrate with fireworks. You just can't enjoy it, right? God bless them. In the dirt, ball 2, 2-2. Esteury Ruiz. His first at bat, he had a 3-pitch strikeout, I think. 2-2 is the count now. Here's the pitch from Alexander. Grounded to third, and it's going to be through. So Ruiz gets a hit. Good for him. One for 2 today. Good for him. Give him a little something, something. 2 runners on with 2 outs. And that brings up Dalton Rushing. Hopefully he's rushing to finish this game so I can go have myself a nice meal. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. 81 mile per hour pitch. Swing and a miss. This ballpark still has a ton of people there. I guess it's because of fireworks. They don't care about the game anymore. Line drive, leaping catch by Christian Walker. How about that? The Astros fittingly end the game on a great defensive play. Yes, you're right, old dog. Astros have already provided the fireworks for tonight. This game is in the books, guys. Biggest ever win against the Los Angeles Draft Dodgers. The last biggest win against the Dodgers was 14 runs. They just beat it by 3 runs. How about that? They beat the Dodgers by 14 runs before, and tonight they beat them by 17, a score of 18-1. Screw you, Dodgers fans. Every last one of ye. Every last one of ye. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a Dodger fan. I wish you the best in your life if you're a Dodger fan, but Your team, forget them. Making myself almost spit my own coffee out. Let's do a game recap, guys. How about that? How about we do a game recap? I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be really nice. This is going to be really nice. And then we'll take a look at a preview for tomorrow's game. And then anything else going on in the league, other scores, and things that seem significant. All right, here is the summary. Lance McCullers, guys. Lance McCullers pitched 6 complete innings for the Astros today. He's now 2-3. This is his second win. 4 hits given up. Just 1 earned run. That was a solo home run. He had 1 inning where things started to get a little out of control. He had bases loaded and was able to get out of it. From that point, McCullers changed. He changed to what I call strikeout McCullers, where he just started mowing down the Dodgers one after the other. Wound up with 4 strikeouts. He did have 4 walks today, but he did excellently. A good performance by McCullers today. The Astros relievers came in the 7th, 8th, and 9th and gave up nothing. The Dodgers could only manage 1 run and 6 hits off the Astros today. I don't know why the MLB game started playing again. The MLB video started playing again. I had to stop it for a second time. It's forced playing itself. That's strange. Kasperius gets the loss today. He's 6-3. Only pitched 3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts and no walks. Alexander gets the save for the Astros. Check this out. He pitched 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. How about that? Now, let's look at the fun part. If you look at it on the screen, I can show you briefly on the screen. You can see this. It's like all Astros. This is the scoring summary on ESPN, of all places. ESPN that said that the Astros had only like a 27% chance or 30% chance of winning this game. And the Astros destroyed the Dodgers. I love it. 1 second. I needed to cough and clear my throat. Too much excitement today. It all started in the first inning, guys, on the very first pitch. Isaac Paredes homered to left field, 1-0. Walker singled to right, scoring Altuve, 2-0. In the bottom of the second, there was a solo home run by Will Smith, and that brought the Dodgers within 2-1. It was looking like, kind of an iffy game. But from the third inning, it just took off. Altuve homered to left center and scored Myers. 4-1 Astros. Again in the top of the third, Christian Walker homered to left field, scoring Cam Smith. 6-1 Astros. In the top of the fifth, Cooper Hummel singled to right field, scoring Victor Caratini. 7-1 Astros. In the top of the sixth, Cam Smith singled to right, scoring Paredes. 8-1 Astros. In the top of the sixth, Walker was hit by a pitch. Bases were loaded, so that scored Myers. 9-1 Astros. Check this out. In the top of the sixth, the Batman Caratini came to the plate with bases loaded and hit another grand slam for the Astros, his second grand slam in less than 2 weeks. 13-1. The score in the top of the sixth. But the Astros weren't done. Myers reached on an infield single to third base, scoring Hummel. 14-1 Astros. Again in the top of the sixth, Jose Altuve, who already had a homer and a double in this game and a couple of walks, He homers again. 3-run shot. 17-1 Astros. In the 6th inning. Yainer Diaz hit a sacrifice fly in the top of the 7th, tacking on another run to ice it off. 18-1. How about that? Total hits for the Astros today, 20. 20 hits, 18 runs scored, 1 error. I guess that error was on Shea Whitcomb. Not surprised. 1 error for the Dodgers today. Should have been more than that. 6 hits only and 1 run scored. The Astros destroy the Dodgers in a game that ESPN said they only had about a 30% chance to win. So screw you, ESPN. With all due respect, you and mainstream media, forget all you guys. Now, before we preview tomorrow's game, let's take a look at the scoreboard to see what is going on around the league. Anything of note? Wow, the A's are dismantling the Giants right now in the 6th inning. It's going into the 7th. 9-0. How about that? It's not a good day for the National League. The American League West is owning the National League right now. The Giants getting whipped by the A's 9-0. Everyone keeps talking about how strong the National League is. But I have to wonder, is it really that strong, or is it just that the American League struggles against other American League teams because they are stronger? I don't know. I don't know what the records are. It just appears to be that way sometimes. Let's see here. We go down. The Phillies lost to the Reds 9-6. Well, the Cubs had a big day against the Cardinals, but who cares about that game? The Stankies lose again to the New York Mets 6-5. How about that? Is that 6 in a row, or is that the 5th game in a row that the Stank? I know that they've lost at least 5 in a row. I don't know if that's number 6 or not, but it could be. The Rays lost to the Twins 4-3. Unfortunately, the Mariners beat the Pirates. The Pirates let me down today 6-0. But the Padres beat the Rangers in 10 innings 3-2. So that's good. The Blue Jays beat the Angels. The Blue Jays have really come on, haven't they? They've improved a lot over the past month or so. They beat the Angels 4-3. Unfortunately, the Tigers beat the Guardians 2-1. That's disappointing. Anything else of note? I don't see anything else there of note. And of course, the latest game, the Astros kicked the crap out of the draft Dodgers 18-1. How about them apples? Those apples, you know what? I would not only climb a tree to get an apple like that. I would travel to the other side of the earth to get an apple like that. It's that delicious. Let's take a look at tomorrow's game, guys. Yeah, the Blue Jays are in first place. They've climbed the hill. Congratulations to them. Framber Valdez is on the mound against Shohei Ohtani tomorrow. You mark my words, Ohtani is not ready to pitch to the Astros. He's going to get lit up. He's only pitched 4 innings this year, given up 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. But tomorrow, he's going to get destroyed by the Astros. Valdez will have 10 wins after tomorrow. And guys, okay, today we were insulted by ESPN because they said that basically the Astros only had a 30% chance of winning. But I want to show you something. What do you think the percentage chance of the Astros winning tomorrow is, according to ESPN? Keep in mind, we have one of the best pitchers in the MLB on the mound tomorrow. And the Dodgers have a guy on the mound who really is questionable and can't even pitch a complete game. So who do you think they favor in this game, and by how much? Obviously, it's the Dodgers because it's ESPN. Take a look at this. They say there's a 55% chance of the Dodgers winning the game tomorrow. The Astros only have a 45% chance. Can you believe that? I can believe it because ESPN is trash. So they think that tomorrow, even with Framber on the mound, the Astros only have a 45% chance of winning. Old Dog guessed 40%. You were close. That's probably what I would have said, 40%. Maybe even 38%. But that's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. ESPN, I don't know where you're getting your data from, but it is obviously going through New York or Los Angeles before it hits the website. Well, forget you and forget the Dodgers. We're already way up on the Dodgers. And tomorrow we're going to run the score up again. I guarantee you we're going to light up Shohei Ohtani tomorrow. That's my personal guarantee. All right. That's everything, guys. 90% chance of Astros win. Yeah, and big win, I think. I really do believe so. Let me check the live stream one more time before I get out of here. I just want to open up my chat. My live stream chat. There we go. Can I move it down a little bit? Yeah, right there is okay. I can read it now. I can read all of the chat. I want to check the live chat before I go, guys. First of all, 609 subscribers today. We moved up 10 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. Boom, right there. 609. We were at 599 before the game started. We've moved up by 10. Thank you so much. Thank you for moving it up. My goal that I set, I have to keep changing the goals because you guys are really supporting the channel so strongly that I keep getting it wrong. I keep guessing way under. And because of that, I have to adjust my targets because I'm shooting too low. You know, I'm like, oh, let's go for this target. And you guys destroy it. And so I set a higher target and you guys destroy that one. So this time I'm going up much higher. It's kind of, you guys have destroyed the targets like the Astros destroyed the Dodgers today. So I thought, you know, over the next couple of weeks, before the All-Star break or by the All-Star break or before the start of the next season, we can get to 700, I think. So that's what I changed the target to. And if you haven't subscribed and you like the Astros, please do so. And I appreciate that. But today we've already gotten 10, so thank you so much to all of you new subscribers out there. And in the live chat, let's see if I'm missing anything. Old Dog says Dodgers fans would be better off going to Disneyland's fireworks. I agree. Actually, some of them probably did, you know, because some of them left the game early. And I bet you they're like, I can't sit here and take this. Let's just go to Disneyland, you know. That's probably what they did. Some of them. Old Dog says like Houston Rockets stuff in China because of Yao Ming. Absolutely. Yeah, all Chinese people know Houston because of Yao Ming. Otherwise, they don't know, they don't care. It's just all about Yao Ming. And you're right, Houston did provide the fireworks for tonight. Funky Slam says Lance can't pitch against NL Central. Really? I don't even know what that comment is supposed to mean. Whatever. 41 total bases tonight for the STROS, says Old Dog. That's right. Subway Series. JRM Music says Astros beat up on the top NL teams. Yes, they do. They beat them up. They do. They absolutely beat them up. Sweeping the Phillies 2-3 against the Cubs, demolishing the Dodgers. Exactly. And this is why I said what I said earlier, is that I just have this impression that the American League teams are like cannibalizing each other, right? They're struggling and fighting and whatever against each other because of how strong these teams are. The kind of baseball that they play is very, you know, nose to the grindstone, you know, style. So whenever they go outside and they play in the National League, they're a comfy league. It's just an impression, right? So then the Astros, a team like the Astros, go in and play them, or even the Angels, or the A's, even can go in and have success. I mean, look at what the A's are doing to the Giants right now, or did to the Giants. I think that game is still going on, but they're kicking the crap out of them, the A's. So it's kind of like, you have to think about it, You really do have to think about it. Sweeping the Phillies, owning the Cubs. The Cubs got lucky and blew up McCullers, and when he wasn't ready. Otherwise, we could have swept the Cubs, should have, with Gusto on the mound. I think we could have done it. And then now, this series so far, and I think that tomorrow we're really going to light up Ohtani. People aren't expecting what's coming tomorrow, but I'm telling you, there's a storm coming tomorrow. There's an Astros storm coming tomorrow to Los Angeles. You think today was bad. Tomorrow's going to be even worse, because they've got their number one face of the organization on the mound, and the Astros are going to make him look like a clown. You mark my words. I don't wish anything but good luck to Ohtani in his career, but when he plays the Astros, he must be destroyed. But tomorrow he will be. He's not ready. You could say that putting McCullers in against the Cubs, he wasn't ready for that. And I have a feeling that it's going to be a similar situation tomorrow with Ohtani. He's not going to be ready to face the Astros. Let's see here. JRM, thank you for subbing. I do appreciate that very, very much. But yeah, I think that's fair, giving the Dodgers a 10% chance because they're playing in LA and because of the record. I mean, they're still a good team, but yeah, it's fine. Brendan says Taylor Scott back with the Astros. I like Taylor Scott. I don't have a problem with Taylor Scott. I think that he can be a dependable guy for us. And JRM Music, welcome back in tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing you here as well as everyone else. ESPN, Extremely Stupid People Network. Mr. Page, you said it, not me. But can't say I wasn't thinking it. It should be EBPN, Extremely Biased People Network is what it should be, right? Let's see here. We're 9-1 in the last 10 games. Yes, we are. Let's go Astros indeed. And JRM says, I'm surprised McCullers came through. Man, I never said that McCullers would fail, right? You guys can go back and look at my posts, even my most recent community post and what I said yesterday and what I've been saying today. I was concerned. I have been concerned. I had my concerns. But I chose to say, but you know what? The coaching staff, the Astros team, they have a different angle that I don't have. I can't claim to know better. Just because I saw what happened versus the Cubs doesn't mean that I can make a better call than the team does. I was surprised to see McCullers still in the rotation after that, especially against the Dodgers. But I decided, you know what? It's one of those things I'm going to let go. Let go and let God. That's literally what I did in this game. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let it go and believe that the best will happen. And I got the best. My favorite player, Jose Altuve, had a phenomenal game. Couple of walks, a double, 2 home runs, a 2-run shot and a 3-run shot. Got on base every single at-bat. Beautiful game for Altuve. And it's pretty funny that Altuve can have such a big game, right? He can have such a big game. And defense was stellar. He made a couple of amazing plays at second base. Altuve clearly had an amazing game. But you know that your team is having an amazing game when you play like that. You get so many RBIs, so many runs, great defensive plays, and a lot of people are not even going to be thinking about that. That's how much the Astros destroyed, or how badly the Astros destroyed the Dodgers today. Brendan, I was waiting for that one to come. Brendan says, Dodgers announcers accused the Astros of cheating again. Someone's salty. Of course they're going to do that. Of course they're going to accuse the Astros of cheating. Of course. It's the only explanation. If you get destroyed by the Astros, they must be cheaters, right? Not like the Dodgers have ever cheated. Oh no, the Los Angeles Dodgers have never cheated ever, ever. Okay. Okay, right. Because no teams and no players cheat. Every team and many players on those teams have cheated. It's just that the Astros have been singled out as a trash can, no pun intended. But I think it's appropriate, actually, that the Astros had used a trash can, because it reminds me of I don't know if it's kind of like a metaphor or an analogy. Maybe it's a metaphor in psychology, using the garbage can. The garbage can of the family, right, is the person that everybody dumps on. And that's basically what teams and other fans are like against the Astros. And they especially go all in on Jose Altuve, which is the number one most unfair thing in the entire league right now. Out of everything that's happening in all of MLB, the most unfair thing is the way the opposing team's fans are treating Jose Altuve. Because Jose Altuve is not only not a cheater, he's also the best sportsman and the best-hearted player in the entire game. To me, he represents the best player in all MLB. It's not Judge. It's not any of these other guys. Because being the best player is more than just being able to get RBIs or the best batting average or the most home runs. It's much more than that. And Altuve is a star in every freaking category. Name one other player that is such a star in every single category. And on top of that, he has to deal with the non-stop negativity and crap 100% of every single away at bat. Who else has to deal with that over something they had no part of? Jose Altuve is phenomenal. He is the best. And to go into Dodger Stadium and own it like that and maintain his humble attitude is just awesome. But realizing that the Astros, who did do some cheating, used garbage cans, is appropriate, because that's basically what the fans and the media are doing against the Astros, is treating them like the garbage can. And I can identify with that, because that was the role that I played in my family. I had 5 people in my family: a brother, sister, and mom and dad, of course. But my older brother, has always been a big Dodgers fan. Ever since we were little, he picked the most narcissistic teams that you can like. He picked the Dallas Cowboys, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. We had never lived in California, never lived anywhere near any of those places. I mean, we were born in Shreveport, Louisiana. But when I was a baby, we moved to my mom's hometown in Houston, which is where most of her family lives. And my dad started working at Armco Steel. Some of you older Astros fans, you probably remember Armco Steel, but my dad was a welder, and he had a job there which he thought he was going to have for all of his life. You know, he thought that was going to be a lifetime factory job. Of course, that didn't work out for various reasons. But the main reason is that all of those metalworking jobs went over to China. During that time, all those jobs started just sailing over to China. So all the metalworking jobs across America, it wasn't just Houston, it was everywhere. Metalworking jobs and in the steel industry. I mean, Pittsburgh got shut down, Detroit got shut down, Houston got shut down. All of these big manufacturing hubs got shut down because all those jobs went to China. China had a big manufacturing boom, and they went from being a large population, poor, terrible country to suddenly having a lot of money. And it was at the expense of American jobs. Now, I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying that it was a really difficult time, and that put a huge financial burden on my family. And my brother was so big into these teams that, you know, my family kind of followed him because of his narcissistic attitude. And but my mom still had, you know, the softest spot in her heart for the Houston teams because she was born and raised in Houston. So at least she and I could identify and kind of continue to cheer for the Astros and the Rockets and the Oilers. But when the Oilers left, it broke my heart, so I stopped caring about NFL. So nobody can get me to care about NFL again unless the Texans become the Oilers. If the Texans can become the Oilers, then I will care again. You mark my words. I will never care really about the Texans. I wish them the best, and if they win the Super Bowl, congratulations. But I'm not going to watch any of their games and don't care because the Oilers left and it broke my heart. But I will say this, the Astros have been selected by the mainstream media and by other people's fans as the garbage can to dump their crap on. And Altuve is the #1 source for that hatred. But why do they hate him? Because he's freaking awesome. He's a great player, but he's not supposed to be a great player. Look at his size. But he's got a great attitude and makes him hate him even more. He wins games. He's clutch. He's humble. It makes them hate him even more. It's like the better he is, the more these other fans and teams can't stand him. And the Astros carry a lot of that same energy, and that's what makes the mainstream media and these other fans and teams. So when I see games like today against the Dodgers where they destroy them, the Astros put a lot of joy into my heart. A lot of joy. My happiness doesn't depend. You guys know me well enough to know right now that even if the Astros lose, it's okay. I can take it because it happens. It's baseball. But games like today provide a little extra joy, right? JRA Music says, Astros fan going on 35 years since I was 8. Go Stros indeed. Go Stros. Looking forward to Game 2 tomorrow. It is now almost 1:30 in the afternoon. I really need to go get myself some lunch. I'm about to drive down to the cafe and get myself some omelet rice and treat myself to a really nice victory lunch. Looking forward to that. But for now, that's it for today, guys. We're going to see you tomorrow for the Astros Game 2. They are up 1-0 in this 3-game series against the Draft Dodgers. Ohtani versus Valdez. We're going to light it up again tomorrow. It's not just today. I'm telling you, this train is going all the way to the station. All the way to the last station. Great 4th of July victory. Yes, it is, Fred. I will have a great lunch. Happy Independence Day to all of you out there. Big, great day for everybody. When the Astros win, America wins. And today is the perfect day for the Astros to win for America. And that's it. I'm going to sign off. And, of course, as always, I'm going to say, Go Stros. And I will see yous alls tomorrow.